Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey guys. She's right here. I'm going to show y'all. She's going to sit right here. Probably the majority of the time because I'm her pillow right now. See if I can bend this camera now. Oh, yep, here she goes. Here she is in all of her glory. They're watching you sleep. Stretch it out. There you go. So this is where she's probably going to be the whole time. This is normally where she is during the day when I'm working, is right here on my desk. So she's going to probably just stretch out the whole time we're here. So this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Konya. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, here she goes. She getting up? You moving? Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. I appreciate that. Okay, now you're going to move. What are we doing? Don't step on the keyboard. You got to be still, bro, or else you're going to have to evacuate. You going to lay down? Lay it on down. Lay down. Oh, now she's going to clean herself. You're not grooming your butt on my desk. I'm sorry, but I'm not witnessing all that right now. I'm not doing it. Okay. Okay. We'll see what she does. She might have to be escorted out of here. Just depends. Yeah. Yeah, she does have like little spots. She's been up here for like an hour. I just kind of figured she wasn't gonna. I love you too. Thanks for being here for 7 months as a member. I know you've been here a whole lot longer than that though, so I appreciate you being here. Hey everybody, I see there's lots of football going on today. You're going to be having some time multitasking, because I can tell you right now, that 100-inch screen with all that loud football going on is going to be where your attention's going to be. Her name is Zelda. We found her. Most people that have been here for a while know this. We found her in a Dollar Tree parking lot, and she'd been hit by a car. She had a big gash missing on her head. Her hip was broken. Her leg had a big gash of muscle missing out of it. She stunk like rotten. It was bad. But we babied her back to health. And now she's a fat little chunky butt. Obviously spoiled. Obviously spoiled. But she's Princess Zelda. And it fixed perfectly. Thank you, Chronically Disappointed. You got cat treat monies. You got salmon treat monies. She's going to sit here the whole time. Okay. What I want to start off with is showing you guys something that I posted in the community tab yesterday, because Truth and Transparency at the end of her live apparently had placed a paper up stating that Bryan Kohberger's mailing address was in Coeur d'Alene. Okay. I found the actual address. I'm going to show you guys the voter registration portal. I'm going to show you the photo that's in his apartment that has a Pullman address for his voting registration stuff. And then I'm going to show you this dude voted in November of 2024 from the jail. So I have a feeling that that's most likely when they changed the address, but the original registration date doesn't change. So whenever he registered in Pullman, it's going to stay that that's where he's registered, but his mailing address was changed. And the P.O. Box 2347 is Ann Taylor's. It's actually at the very top underneath her name on a majority, if not every single one, of the documents in this case that we've seen. So I'm going to show you guys how I found, and look, I know for a fact that Lana is a million times better than me at finding stuff on the internet. So I find it very unlikely that she did not know this exact P.O. box that she was about to say this about. Because again, she's really good at digging up shit. So I don't know why she didn't show the full on address. I don't know if it was on purpose, the way that the interview room does crap, like they did with Buddy the dog. I don't know. All I know is that she's better at digging than I am, and I found it in like 30 seconds. So that makes me question things, because I know damn well she finds all kinds of shit that I can't find. And I can't figure out how she found it, but she finds it. So let me show you guys this real fast. This is voter mail from the elections department in Whitman County. I'm going to make this as big as it'll let me so that you guys can see. This was sent to Pullman, Washington. This was sent to his apartment address. You see that right there? So if we go over here, this is the official Washington voter portal. Make this a little bit bigger and make me smaller now. This is so unsafe. I honestly hope that Washington pays attention to how far I take this here, because it almost let me like change his information. No login, no password. Your first name, your last name, and your freaking date of birth is all this thing asks for. Okay. And you can see it says right here, his apartment address, but then we have 2347 P.O. Box in Coeur d'Alene. Can you guys see that on here? Do I need to make it a little bit bigger? Blah, 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 blah. See that? See this? Okay. He voted November 5th, 2024. So he either voted for the presidency or he either voted on like something else, but he voted from the jail November 5th, 2024. All right. If you take this and literally just go to this, I'm going to literally, can y'all see? Y'all can't see this. I have like right clicked the button and y'all know how the menu usually will pop up. I don't know why it doesn't show the menu. That's absolutely stupid. I don't know why it doesn't show the menu. I hit search the web for, and it instantly pops up Ann Taylor's name off the bat. It even shows a document name right here. Look at this. Look at this Bryan C. Kohberger official document, and the very top P.O. box is the one that was shown. He transferred his stuff to Ann Taylor's office after she became his attorney, and probably maybe even like in November. It doesn't show like the dates for change of the address change, but wherever you're registering is where it's going to show like the date of you registering for the county. Because see how his home address is still in Pullman? It didn't change the county of where he was registered. It only changed the mailing address. So I know that there was insinuation where this came from. Oh, yeah, remember, that's where Kaylee and Maddie lived. Well, it's also where his attorney's address is. So why are we trying to pretend that this is something that it's not? That's bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. Enter Michael Jordan meme. Stop it. Just stop. It's his attorney. Here is, I'll even give y'all the freaking portal. Y'all can do this. Y'all can look y'all selves because you literally I didn't have to do crap. I don't understand why it is crap like that. It is so not safe. Oh, because look, let me show, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Look how it was going to like let me almost change his information because I wanted to see like how far could it let me go, right? I wanted to just see. Okay, let's see. Let me show you guys. Update name and address. Share this tab instead. Oh, wait, this didn't go to where I wanted it to go. Let me try one more time. Oh, it's not doing it this time. That's interesting. So when I clicked that button before, it took me to like an entire different thing to where it was going to let me input an address. Ooh, it's not doing it. I wonder if it's because I have my VPN on. I wonder if that's why. But I was telling my buddy earlier, I was like, this thing almost let me change his information. Like it literally, like, it's not even wanting to load the page. I bet you it's because I know that I'm ratting them out right now. But it got like really close. Like it was going to just let me like put in information, change the address. Like you don't even have to have a password to view this stuff. You saw it. Name, first, last name, and whatchamadoodler, date of birth. That's all that you had to put in there. So not safe. So not safe. Right. It's Bryan Kohberger's information. That's what it is. It's not like anything I can actually do. The sign in was literally just, I put his first name, I put his last name, I put his date of birth. There was no password. There was no password. Okay, let me get these pictures to load up. No, they're taken for like ever. There they go. Okay, so there's a lot in here when it comes to like reports and stuff. Some of his own things that were graded, which are pretty interesting. It's a lot of reading. I don't know if I'm going to go in and read them all in this video, but we might go in and go through them in another video just to sort of like get an idea of the way that he thought, because a lot of his thought processes on things is going to mirror what people would think about this situation. And I do find it interesting that he has a book about like harassment against women at colleges, like it was something that he was studying. And I feel like that would probably be related to that one lady that we heard from that, you know, she was sort of rude, but then she also said that whenever they were talking about like getting a good rapport with students, that he was like actively asking the question about how to do that. And he was also being told like all kinds of other stuff, being like reported for things that probably weren't making a lot of sense to him, because it seems like coffee is his go-to. He asked the chick for coffee, and he asked the cop that night to go to coffee. So it's like that's kind of like his go-to like icebreaker question almost, is how it seems. Maybe. So I don't really know how nefarious a lot of that stuff even actually is. So getting his like thought process on stuff and seeing the way that like maybe the professors sort of went back and forth with him, it doesn't seem like whenever I was reading through the one that has like a bunch of handwritten notes, it's obviously a woman professor and she's not overly aggressive towards him. It's not like she's like reflecting any sort of like bad in between them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if he was like really disrespectful to her, then maybe whenever she was grading him, you would maybe sort of hear a tone, in my opinion. And I don't. It just seems very honestly a little bit like she's a little bit ridiculous because on one of them she's telling him to implement more of the book into his thought process, but then in the very next paper she's like, there's too much of the book in here, and I'm like, bro, then what do you want from him? Honestly, if that was my professor being that much back and forth, I'd probably lose my damn mind. I don't, who said anything about paying to register? I think I'm a little confused. No, no, there wasn't anything about paying anything. But I just don't know, like, that thing is so not safe. Like, you should have at least have had to, like... Did it? Yeah, earlier this morning, it had, like, a whole page pop up with a bunch of stuff that you could type in it. But I didn't have my VPN on when I was doing that, so that might be what it did. See, that's what I was sort of looking for. Just to see, because I'm curious because of some of the things that we've heard. To see who he voted for, to see what it voted for. But all I know is that he voted in November. He voted in November from jail. Which I didn't know that you could do, but my buddy was like, yeah. I was like, okay, I believe you. I believe you. 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I've got something to say. Thank you so much. $9.99 from Flower Child. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think I saw your question too. I've got something to say. It is random. You have to have like gifting turned on, which I can't do because I have technically a username that was before 2014. And so I'm not allowed to like turn on gifting for some reason. Yeah, the links aren't allowed. What? I've got them all in here. Oh, yeah, they're in here. My son was checking on the dogs because he didn't see them. Well, because they're always in here with me. They're both of them are taking over my bed and she is taking over my desk. Yeah, I just didn't know that they did it from the jail. I guess it does make sense because he wasn't convicted yet. I just didn't know that they did that. Yeah, that's what it's called, a legacy account. Well, yeah, I saw something about it, but I think that it was an assignment. That's why I wanted to go through like all of it and see everything that it says on the stuff. Because I know there's a lot of them have the like a barcode thing on the side of them that shows that it's definitely like a school book. Oh yeah. We were really worried at first because Boomer didn't seem to like her very much at first. And she was really weak. She was really weak because she was injured. But they're literally like, they don't do anything without each other now. Like they eat together. Her food bowl is right in between their food bowls. If they get like Cool Whip, like puppuccino stuff, it's just like Cool Whip, right? So I'll put like his on the floor. Here comes Lily's, and then here's Zelda's, and they eat their Cool Whip together. Yeah, they'll know. Like Lily grooms her. Lily will hold this cat down and groom her. And if Lily stops, Zelda grabs Lily's face and like pulls her closer to her so that she will continue to groom her. Oh yeah, they get along fabulously. Fabulously. Okay. Oh, are you gonna fix your life? Okay. Okay, so this area right here, we're gonna start right on number 1, and they are a little bit discombobulated. You're gonna see some from King Road. Then there's going to be stuff that starts at Kohberger's apartment, but it doesn't start at the front door. It starts somewhere else. and the front door doesn't show up until like hundreds of pages later. And then there's some more of King Road. So it's very much back and forth-ish. Miss ma'am. Okay. Let me put the banner and fix it actually, because these are photos. Photo review. Okay. Okay. So this is an area in the King Road neighborhood that is the spot where we heard the police mention that they were following blood found on the steps. And you can't see it from here. They get it, you can't see shit that they're talking about until they get like really on the rock. And there's a bunch of just sort of like, you can't really tell stuff going on until it gets closer. But this isn't even blood. Like, this is berries coming off of the tree. So this is one of them, one of the spots. But you see the color of the berries? See this? Like, coming off the trees? So it's really hard to tell if this is actually that or if it's just like a squished berry. You know what I mean? So this is the steps that they were talking about found out. See right there? That looks like it could be a drop that fell. See up here at the top? Right here, and then there's like a little spot right here. Yeah. It's very much almost like it could be a berry. It's just like this little one right here. I mean, it still sort of does look like it could have been. But it's really just kind of like the way that it like dropped down is interesting. And see right here? So it'd almost be like that person would have been, I guess the direction would be what? That way? Because it's a big drop and then it continued slower, continued smaller. See, and then we get into the King Road house. This right here is never going to not be questionable to me. I just don't understand how anybody was running or walking anywhere and all this shit isn't knocked all the way over. It's just wild. And I don't know. I don't know if these are the exact same photos of this portion, because we've seen them show us a photo of this before, and I questioned why, and I thought that maybe it was because it looked like it had been opened and moved. Because see how this line, let me see if I can make it bigger. You see how this line is like way out here? Like this wasn't put back in its exact same spot. I know that that's got to be what they're looking at. See, it even does it up here. I just don't know like how long ago that this would have happened. Or if they think that it was moved because something was being hidden in here. And could be a reason for that 8-hour delay in calling, you know? But who knows? Who knows? It's just very interesting that they're taking a lot of note of that. I don't know why they're bothering with these blurry photos. Like, it's horrible. I'm going to assume this is Xana's because this is Arizona Health. But that's the couch in the living room. And there's Xana's car. See, I wish these would have dates. There's no dates on when they were taken. And obviously, like, y'all have been moving stuff around. So why do we not have something more specific about anything going on here? We did see the inside of her car in another one. I think we did see these in another one. These are redacted differently. So they must be like a separate set of photos. This one looks like they redacted it the same way. So this is just like doubled a little bit, a couple of things. Yeah. We've pretty much seen these ones. I just wish we had a date because this is obviously like after the fact. There's somebody else's bag. Yeah, we've seen this too. Ethan's Jeep. The damn Ford Explorer. This is such a mystery right now because we don't know who drove it there. We don't know if it was Hunter. We don't know if Maisie drove it there and then everybody got another vehicle. We don't know. All we know is that Hunter walked over and Maisie had to catch a ride. So we don't really know what in the frick was going on with that. And see, there's another bag. Is it the same one from the back of the car? Because it has that like gold chain on it. I guess they could have had bags that just like looked really close to each other. I mean, maybe they even had matching bags. Damn, that thing looks hella the same. Oh, okay. So no, this one has a double zipper on it. See right here? And this one has just one section of zipper. Okay. Yeah, they're not the same. They're close. Pretty close. Oh, okay. We skipped something. Okay. So then it goes back to the couch, shows it again. Now we're going to go here. Okay. This is where Bryan's apartment stuff starts. This is where this stuff starts. Swiffer in the kitchen area. That's like his little table in the kitchen. There's like stools in there. We'll get to those. So this would be the back door that goes out to the patio area. We did get to a look at the patio little spot whenever, I think it was Chronicles of Olivia. Whenever she went down there, she was taking videos and stuff of the apartment building, and we saw this stuff right here. Is that like a butt impression from somebody sitting in that chair like a whole bunch? Or is that normal? 2 chairs. The screen's not on. That's ironic. I wonder what the bricks are for. So this is, I guess, just like a visual of everything he could see out here. Basketball court. Swing set? I know there's other people besides college students that live here, but the swing set's kind of like throws me off a little. Damn, that's like a hella flash they've got going on. Look at that tree, how it looks. They've got a crazy flash on that camera. I mean, I don't know why they took so many pictures of the concrete right there. Okay. Oh, look, disgrace. Here's the vacuum you constantly went stupid about. And look, it's an actual vacuum, not just the dust compartment that you freaking empty out. It's the actual factual vacuum. Remember how she was going around forever complaining that he had a Bissell, like the piece, like this piece right here that holds the dust. It was just that. It was just that. Who has just that part of the vacuum? Well, he had the whole vacuum, Miss Ma'am. He had the whole vacuum. So this is one of those like double sliding doors for a closet area. Now you're going to see like over here on this side is a mess. It's definitely not the sort of like OCD I was expecting to see for how they've explained him. Now, every OCD is different. And the majority of his OCD stuff seems to be about germs more than anything. Because we did read in one of the documents that came out, I believe it was for the defense side, it talked about like biological issues. He doesn't like blood on him. He doesn't like spit on him. He doesn't really like people touching him. And he constantly washes his hands. Constantly washes his hands. And we sort of saw the truth in that in the video of him being in the cell because his hands are bright ass red from all the constant scrubbing. That's the exact same vacuum that I have, but mine looks so much dirtier. Oh my God. Like I probably need to clean my dustpan now that I'm looking about how that one looks. Okay. I don't really know. I looked up here. This right here is definitely a blow-up mattress. He probably slept on this until he got a bed in his room. It really wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. I've done it, moving into a new place, get a blow-up mattress till I get a new bed. I've done it plenty of times. This looks like something that bedding came in. It could have been what the air mattress came in. I don't know what this see-through thing is in here because it looks like a see-through thing inside of a plastic. But I don't know what this blue thing is right here. This looks like it could be like more of the blue plasticky stuff that goes around stuff, or it could, I guess, be something liquidy. I can't really tell. Toilet paper, laundry stuff. See how messy it is? See how messy it is? Now they said that he like vacuumed and stuff all the time, so I guess that leans more towards like the germophobia OCD. Because there is a difference. Like just because somebody is labeled OCD doesn't mean that they instantly like go in and everything is like in its place and stuff is color coded and like all this crazy stuff. People have different OCDs. So if his is really more medical, then this doesn't really shock me. This looks like a typical dude. I mean, go to any single guy's house and you're going to find stuff strewn about. Bags, receipts, newspaper, lottery ticket, mail. What does that say? Can I tell what that says? It just says Pullman, Washington. That's where the address is. He uses the iron. See the vacuum things? Like him vacuuming is on point for his type of OCD. The cord being not completely wrapped around and connect and put together the right way. He's got a different OCD. He's like Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel is like that. He's a real germaphobe. He doesn't like people like touching him or nothing. He constantly washes his hands. He used to wear gloves all the time. Skin. Oh, yeah. Okay. So going through these, I think I saw this box later on. This is like bear spray. And remember whenever we were looking through or reading documents about his Amazon purchases, and Taylor was saying stuff like the K-bar knife, the sheath, the sharpener, and like all these other things that they had listed. Like if you put all of those together, you get an idea about the kind of person he is because there's outdoor stuff on there, bear spray, all these other kinds of things. And it sort of like added up once you started hearing everything. And then as we go through this, take a look at his lamp. The way that guys decorate is very telling. I know that a lot of guys really don't care, but whenever you're going out and picking out a lamp and you've picked out a lamp that is a specific type of design, I highly doubt you're grabbing it just to grab it. Now, it could have been a gift, I guess, but the lamp in his living room is sort of telling. Plus, we also know that he likes to hike and be outside. So you'll see it. You'll see. Is this a ticket? Is this the ticket paper? Vehicle safety restraint failed to use. This is from the pullover. Look right here. That's the pullover paperwork. That's funny. Of course, we're going to recognize that, right? Did he even scratch this thing or do anything? Oh, wait, this is probably one of those mailer ones that you get and it's all a lie. Ooh, what's written over her? 456 1534296. What the frick is that? What is that? More stuff from Amazon. So this right here looks like safety goggles, like the big ones that you'd wear like in a science class. And then he's got some, is this screws right here? Flathead screws. I think that might be a knife. One of those like come out blade knives, maybe. Looks like it has them on both sides. Yeah. Cordless screwdriver. Light bulbs. Duct tape. Is this hand sanitizer or Swiffer liquid maybe that fell over? No, it's too little to be Swiffer liquid. That's something else. So there's like water stains and stuff on this. So he must just like take them with him wherever he washes clothes, because there's no washer and dryer in his unit. Nothing that I saw. See, that lid's been opened and then re-put on incorrectly. See how it's up a little bit? It's not on all the way. So these have been used. Okay, so this is a cabinet thing. I'm going to assume that he put all this stuff together. See how it has like the stickers? But normally whenever you put stuff together, like furniture kits like this, it comes with all the screws and stuff. And like an Allen wrench normally. So I don't know what he was buying all those tools for unless he was doing something else. So this right here looks to be a birthday card. There's going to be a bunch more photos of this one in here. I'm going to assume it's from one of his sisters and that she's calling him something that maybe she called him whenever she was younger, maybe, because it sounds like a nickname. Now this over here on this side, we never get to read the whole thing. There's just a portion of it that we get to see the very bottom of it, and it's signed Mom. So I'm going to assume that it's just from his mom, and it probably came in for his birthday, because this right here, like I said, is a birthday card. Up here is remotes. This is the one book that's like sitting out here, but there's more books that they pull out. See if I can see like the title of that one. Criminal justice, something for practice and something. Practice and something. I can't make it out. It's too. Okay. I don't know what that is right there. See his books. They're just everywhere. Why am I always yawning? I think it's the way that I sit. I've been thinking that for like ever and I still cannot fix it. But I'm sitting up pretty damn straight, so I don't know why I'm still freaking yawning. Okay. So there's like a gift card thing, I think, right here. See these yellow tabs? See these like yellow tabs at the very bottom of the books? These are like school books from like the WSU library. Actually, that might not even be accurate for all of them, because I think I saw something from like Amazon Student something where he had gotten like a used book off of Amazon. Notebook, more folders. Practice and Process. Criminal Justice Practice and Process, 4th edition. Hasn't even been opened. Look, it still has the plastic on it. See it? Introduction to Criminal Justice and Practice and Process, not opened. I wonder why he has an introduction book. See, okay, so this is about elections and stuff like that. Here's that little notebook again. Oh, can you actually like see a reflection of this damn thing in the TV? How is the TV? Does he not take off the siding? That can't be. That's got to be tape. The sides of your freaking TV are not reflective like that, but it sure the hell looks like it could be reflective like that. That's odd if that is. It looks more like tape, but that's strange in that position. Holy crap, it really is reflective. What? You can see the writing. What kind of TV is that? Mine aren't that reflective. Holy shit. Maybe it's just the way that it like did the shining thing. What you call it? The holy crap, the flash. The flash. But it also almost looks like it's upside down. How very crazy. That's cray-cray. So see, okay, so here's the card. It says both of your egos. So it's this guy and the dinosaur, both of his egos. He's a dinosaur and a professor. And then it says, well, this is Theodore Roosevelt. It says, speak softly and carry a big stick. Unless you can ride a dinosaur, then do that instead. And it's a happy birthday card. It's an interesting card. I don't know what it means. Like he's both a dinosaur and a professor. It's kind of funny. I guess that they would like only know. Yeah, okay. Birthday card. This is Bryen. Like Bryan. Bryan. You know what I mean? Like a sister would say your name to like annoy you. That's what that is. You get a better view of the envelope. They show the envelope later. But yeah, like this is a birthday card that he would have just got in. So now we get into the kitchen. And already I can see that the Ajax soap is already halfway gone. The lid is up. The lid is up. They didn't use a flash here, apparently. Okay. There's hard water stains on everything. Trash can. Barkeeper's friend. That's old school cleaning stuff right there. It didn't really work very well. I mean, I guess it worked as well as it could for that kind of scratching. Trash can. And again, he knew he was going to be gone for some weeks. So there not being any trash in the trash cans in the kitchen is pretty normal. I know that anytime we just go anywhere for like a simple weekend, we don't leave trash in the house. It all gets taken out because it doesn't matter if you leave your air conditioning system on or not. You come in and you leave your trash while you're gone for the weekend. Your house gonna stink. So normal, completely normal for there not to be any trash. Okay, so here's like the toolkit stuff he bought. I know that we had some information in the self-authenticating records about tool stuff being bought in places, and there is a bunch of receipts on here. I showed one yesterday when I finally sat down and went through these that shows the Walmart seat with the Dickies tag, and it's for a $12.97 gray beanie. If you have the Walmart app on your phone, when I get to that part, pop up your Walmart app and go to the little scan thing and scan the barcode that's going to be on the screen, because it should pop up a gray hat with a pink option that's out of stock for $12.97. That's what it should show. Now this right here, I'm really curious about this right here, and I'm going to get to why. I'm going to like explain it, but then I'm going to show it to you. See how this has his name and then 7/11/2022, and it's just the one piece of paper, and then they have something redacted. I don't know. I'm not going to try to pretend like I know what the hell that is that's redacted. Later on in these photos, you're going to see similar papers, but a different date, and he has rewritten it several times. Now, we know that he has a really bad dexterity issue, a mobility issue, plus he has autism. So for his handwriting to look quote unquote childish as an almost 30-year-old makes sense to me, because he has a dexterity issue, he's autistic, and he has a mobility problem. Messy handwriting doesn't do crap when it comes to intelligence. And the fact that people on YouTube and on Twitter are like, oh my God, look how he writes, there's no way he was smart. The fact that you think that the two have anything to do with each other proves to me that you're not. But I find it interesting. There's more papers like this. It's a different date, and he does it over and over again. Like he doesn't like how it looks and he's trying to get it better. You're going to see whenever we get down to that. What is that? Pencil sharpener. Oh my God. I don't miss school supplies, because my kids' school, before we went homeschool, made us buy these expensive ass pencils. Number 2s work just fine. Thank you very much. Okay, next drawer, nothing in it. If Bryan Kohberger can splurge on these knives and not feel bad, then why can't I? I have been wanting this set of knives for like years, and just refuse to buy them. Because to me, they're just too expensive. But he looks like he splurged on him some knives. These are those awesome little unicorn knives. So this is that pizza cutter that they took and said that there was something on it that they thought was blood. Remember in the inventory report list? This has got to be the pizza cutter because this is the only one that I see in this whole apartment. Interesting silverware choice for somebody with autism, honestly. And granted, not everybody with autism has a thing for like sensory stuff, but it's interesting to me that he has these ones. Or maybe that's why he has these ones, because maybe he's got it the opposite, where it doesn't need to be smooth. It needs to be different. It's just an interesting choice. Okay, so now clothes cabinets. Here's all his stuff that he cooks with. He's got a lot of cookware for one dude. My God. Like, he honestly has more pots and pans than I do. I definitely don't have a big old fancy colander. I have like a little cheapie from Walmart. Has he not even opened that cutting board? That cutting board still has plastic on it. See it? Honestly, I use my marble countertops. I don't even use a cutting board. Just clean it real good. You don't leave no marks. This pizza pan has been used like a lot. Yeah, these have been washed at some point. They've all got water spots on them. See? I can't imagine he'd be like a heavy cooker because he is like vegan, vegetarian or whatever. They do have some food stuff in here that we're going to go through. And honestly, it's kind of interesting because there's cans of tuna fish in his cabinet. So I don't know if that was there for like somebody else or if he eats tuna fish. No idea. This looks like tea bags, and this is just brown sugar. Odd way to store it, honestly. Odd way to store it. A towel, bottles of water. The inside of the oven is real clean. Like it looks like maybe there's a little bit of stuff right here, but for the majority, it is real clean. Like, damn. Yeah, just a little bit down here. See right here? And a little bit, look, here's a crumb. And there's some crummies up here. Right at the top. This is the part of the oven that I know is always dirty. This is where you're supposed to keep your food warm. You're supposed to keep your food down here for the warmth. But it looks like it's been cleaned recently. Like, look, there's white marks. There's some nasty right here. It almost looks like a lot of salt. Like it's either dust or something. I don't know. Lots of towel-y stuffs in the kitchen. See, this is that little table that we first saw, the very first photo that has the Swiffer right there next to it. That's this one right here. I will say, if you can, don't buy Nestle. They're not very good at making sure that plastic particles don't get in their water. Okay, so now we're getting to the food. Okay, so olive oil. See right here, there's the tuna fish. There ain't no way this isn't tuna fish. If you shop at Walmart, you know this can is tuna fish. So I don't know what I don't know if he's eating it or if he's using it for something. I don't know what he's doing. This looks like some oats. I've seen this before, but I don't remember what it is. But I've seen that damn package before. Okay, now this Kraft cheese right here, I looked it up because somebody was talking about it on Twitter. And it is vegetarian friendly, but it's not vegan friendly. But he has like 2 other things of Parmesan cheese that is called like Go Veggie or some crap like that. And it says that it's plant-based, dairy-free stuff. I don't know about this cookie thing right here. I don't know if this is vegan or vegetarian. I have no idea. This looks like spaghetti noodles. I don't know why they felt the need to take close-up pictures of his olive oil. Oh, how many times did you want to stretch? Ooh, ooh. What you holding your face for? You're going to fall. You rabbit feet are falling. Okay. I don't know what's in this black thing back here. I have no idea. Okay, so this is oats. This is actually a pretty expensive brand. At Kroger, this brand right here is pretty expensive. But yeah, he's got some tuna fish back there. Empty cabinet. See, there's like smudges and stuff. You can tell this has been like way used. This apartment's had a lot of people in it. Either that or he was really trying to get like some old caked on grease off of the wood and he was like hella scrubbing it. Brown rice. This looks like some more pasta. This is some sort of Thai kitchen dish. I can't read it though. I've seen these boxes, but I can't read what that says. Like this is like so clean. Like mine at my old house, it was just always just so dirty. Always dirty. Always full of grease. And then the grease would attach, like have the dust attached to it. You constantly had to clean it. And I keep moving this damn camera. I guess it's okay. Ooh, I'm a little crooked. Let me fix it. Ooh, no, I'm just going to go everywhere. Okay, anyway. This looks like brown wheat spaghetti. Like wheat spaghetti. It says brown spaghetti. What are you doing to me? She's stretching so much in her sleep, she doesn't know what she's doing. I don't know what this is. Okay, so this is just brown and white rice, tapioca starch, and water. Some sort of noodly thingy, I guess. Look at this. Okay. When I saw this seasoning cabinet, I was like, does homeboy really know how to cook? Or is he covering up for the way that a lot of this vegan meat tastes like dog food? Now, I can say that on experience. As a couponer, you're the first one to get any of these products, okay? If you're on Ibotta, if you're on Swagbucks, if you're on Fetch Rewards, if you're on Shopkick, most of the time whenever a brand new item comes out, especially a plant-based or a vegan item, you're going to get that damn thing for free, or with using multiple rebates, you're going to get paid to take that damn thing home. We have tried every single brand out there because of this. The only one that was decent that I've actually bought on my own after the fact was the Incognito nuggets. My son, my youngest son, would refuse to eat meat. Like when he was growing up, I mean, he's only 7, but whenever he was younger, he refused to eat meat. I could not get him to taste a hamburger, to eat a piece of shrimp, to eat a piece of steak, to even try a chicken nugget. It wasn't happening. Those he started eating. So that was basically like his introduction into meat flavoring because he would not eat meat. He hated it, wouldn't touch it. Now he's all over it, eats steak and all kinds of stuff. But the Incognito nuggets was like the first sort of meat flavor he really actually started to like. And then we went from there and now he's a nugget psycho. All of the rest of that stuff, I'm sorry if you eat this way. But whenever I opened those packages and put that ish in a pan, it smelled like I was cooking straight up out of a can of cat food. Okay. I will never forget the smells because it would make us almost gag. So I don't know if he actually like knows how to cook and Home Dude knows how to actually spice things up in the kitchen. Because look at how much these seasonings are gone. Or if he had to learn this in order to mask the nasty. Because I'm sorry, that stuff, it'd be nasty. It'd be nasty. It'd be nasty. I'm just saying. And this right here is like that vegan-y cheese stuff. There's going to be another photo of it later on. But most of these spices are very well like used. Like they're almost empty. Like they're way back, like way below half. Starbucks decaf? You lost on decaf and on Starbucks. Nasty. Ever since I found out that Starbucks in New York made people pay for bottled water to wipe ashes of their dead friends off their faces, I don't support that company. This is like a Walmart brand cup. I think I have this kind of K-cup. You're going to fall off if you keep moving. Okay, so now we have chips, ketchup, the Naturals ketchup. I've seen these before. I don't know what brand these are, but I've seen this on the shelf somewhere. Lots of crushed tomatoes. This more coffee. Ooh, the fact you got your coffee in different drawers bothers my OCD. Like, it should all be together. Bob's Red Mill. This is flour. That's like an expensive brand. That's probably the one brand I've only bought like maybe one time because it is pretty expensive. Yeah, I've seen that before. I just don't know the brand. See right here, here it is where I can show y'all bigger. See how it says plant-based, dairy-free, gluten-free, non-GMO. So I don't know if he bought like the Parmesan because he honestly like didn't know, but I feel like you probably did know at that age. Maybe he was just, I don't know. So this brand I've seen before. I saw somebody talking about it on Twitter. My buddy sent me a link to somebody that was talking about it on Twitter. And somebody in the comments even said, like, this brand doesn't have eggs, wheat, or any of those things in it. And that's got to be actually true. Because if you go to Kroger, I mention Kroger a lot because that's like the main store I go to for like all of my organics. They have a really great brand called like Simple Truth Organics that are very, very affordable and are amazing. Their Oreos taste like Oreos. We haven't had a real Oreo in like years since we found these. Okay. You like those Thin Mint butter, Girl Scout cookies that now have all kinds of poisons and stuff in them that we've been finding out? Go buy the Back to Nature ones at Kroger and tell me if you'll never go back, because I know you'll never go back. They're so freaking good. They're way healthier and they're like $2.99 a box. That stuff right here, this brand with this yellow stuff is over there with the organic stuff. So it probably is like gluten-free and like all those things. I'm not really quite sure about these little pita bread looking things. These look like those fluffy pita breads. But for sure, I've seen that brand before. Because I know a lot of people wanted to look at his food and stuff. I'm like, we can take a look and see. Because there's also his freezer and his fridge that we're going to go through here too. Simple Dishes. WSU cup. That ice tray goes in the freezer. More cabinet space not used. Clean fridge. Mine's got smudge marks all over it. But then again, I got kids. So. Okay. So let's talk about this stuff right here, because some people think that this is real beef and I don't. I think it's Beyond Meat. I'm going to show you a package at Walmart online here in just a second. But I believe it's Beyond Meat because this right here is Beyond Meat. This is the Beyond Meat pre-formed hamburger patties. I've tried these. They're on the list of cat food. Straight up on the list of cat food. Now, when it comes to like all these other pizzas, this is all on that same spectrum of things. Never tried them. Well, actually, I can't say that. I've tried one of the cauliflower pizza ones that was on a rebate thing, and it was not for us. It might be for you. It might be for him. It was not for us. Then we have lots of tater tots. My buddy made a point that these tater tots normally have some sort of like beef byproduct in it that like helps them stick together. So I don't know if it's like this brand that has it. I know that this brand has bioengineered stuff in it. We don't buy bioengineered, anything with bioengineered ingredients in it in this house as much as humanly possible. And these do have that in it. So I haven't bought these tater tots in a long time. But tater tots are tater tots. I don't know. I don't know if that's the one that has it in it or not. So that was something that was said because that's a possibility, I guess. But again, I don't know. Now, when it comes to this meat right here, let me see if I can pop up the one that I did earlier. Oh, move your leggies. Beyond Meat ground because it comes like in that exact same black pack. Okay, well, that's not the one I showed my buddy earlier, so I might have to pull my phone up. So I put it for Moscow, and like, see the packaging. Where's my phone? Let me see if I can show you the one I showed him earlier. Because the one that I showed him earlier was like actually like on the shelf, and it didn't have like that huge price with shipping for like a bunch of them in bulk. It was a singular one, like right here. Okay. Hold on. Is it not going to let me do this without that being a problem? Okay, well, I guess I'll have to do it like this. Can y'all see that? Let me see. You'll see that package. See how it's like black? That's why I believe that it's the fake meat pack. It could be something. It could be real meat. I mean, I'm just going off of, you know, what we sort of like have been told and what we kind of like know what it looks like. So I'm going to assume, based on everything else, that it's probably beyond meat. But the tuna fish in there does kind of like throw me off, because maybe he does like maybe eat fish sometimes. I know that I could not be like a straight up vegan or a vegetarian. I probably could get away like with not as much like steak, I guess. I probably could live without chicken. I don't know. I love chicken strips and gravy too much. I don't know. Plus I love wings. I don't know if I could do it. But if I could definitely never be in a position where I could not eat fish of any kind. This is just like a frozen white rice. This looks like zucchini, squash and zucchini. And then like the stir fry medley, I think is that one right there. This back here looks like hash browns. Like the hash brown patties that you can get at Walmart that are like similar. Damn, the dude like lived on pizza and tofu bowls. Now, I will say that this Follow Your Heart cheese, they have, like, is it a blue cheese crumble? Blue cheese crumble. It's actually really, really good. And I've tried their mozzarella. These Light Life hot dogs is funkated. Don't do it. Not even my dogs like them things. They don't even like, they won't eat them. Then they had tofu, salsa, more ketchup, egg roll sauce, ponzu sauce maybe. We tried the almond milk thing and just couldn't do it. This is broth right here. Ooh, is it veggie broth though? Because I see orange, and that's usually chicken. Let me see if I can tell. Well, I'm not seeing one that's... See this? I have it in Moscow. I'm not seeing one that's orange. Is that orange? It is orange. I'm seeing red for beef. Everything else is chicken. But I'm not seeing an orange label. So I guess it could be a vegetable one, and for some reason it's just not showing up on the Walmart website. Bread. He had an onion down there at some point. Lemons, another onion right here, it looks like. 2 different hummuses. I mean, it looks like a vegetarian dude's kitchen. Where's your flash, bro? Okay. Portable air conditioner. I've had to buy these. They're like $300 freaking. They're expensive. So now they pulled most of his books out. Trial by jury. Research message. They have a better picture. Some of you, if you haven't seen the books that he has yet, you're going to be like, holy shit, the irony. Okay, you ready? Why the innocent plead guilty and the guilty go free. Convicting the innocent. Ain't that some crazy-ish? Some crazy-ish. This one is charged the new movement to transform American prosecution and end mass incarceration. And see the labelings? You see how they have these little things on the sides? This one, does it have it? Does it have it? I can't tell if that one has it. But it's been well read. It's opened. And this one has the tag right here. I can't tell if that one has it. But this one right here is definitely from the school. This one is from the school. This is the one they have a receipt for from right here. I think this is the one that's like an Amazon student services type thing to get books. And see, like it has this little label on the side. So I'm assuming that's from the school. See, this one right here has a barcode too. See up here. This one has what looks to be like a yellow light movement. So I don't know if that's the carpet or if that's actually showing something from the flash. Probably not, though. Kind of a strange spot for it to be yellow. And then this is the book right here that I wanted to tell you guys that he got on the Amazon thing that I found interesting because of that one class he was taking. The Sexual Victimization of College Women, Unsafe in the Ivory Tower. So I'm going to assume that that was for a class, and I'm going to also assume that it's for that one ladies class that we talked about. More information, more padding. See, this is where you're going to start seeing some like reports and stuff that he wrote for class, and it has his professor writing like notes next to it. Like this one right here is just telling him to be careful with flowery language and constant use of passive voice, harder to read and interpret. And then she leaves notes here. And like he's talking right here about police officers being undertrained about things, and she's asking, is this an assumption or fact? So it's stuff like that. And I wouldn't mind, like I said, going back in and like reading through some of these, because it'll be like his thought processes on what he really well, for the majority it should be for like how he actually thinks about the crime, the way that his mind is working through it. And I think that it'll be sort of good to go through some of it. See, a lot of these are also upside down. See, yeah. NIJ proposal narrative specifications. Rubric literature review. Now, see right here, she's even telling him why no review of burglary literature. There exists some studies speaking directly about emotions in burglars. It needs to be incorporated in your argument. And then there's going to be one a few pages down where she's like, you put too much of this in here. Like, what the frick did she want? Quiz papers. This is about false convictions. Since 1989, there have been about 2,400 falsely convicted citizens that have been proven. Criminologists believe that the scope of false convictions may span from 2 to 8% of all convictions. So he was talking about the Innocence Project and all kind of stuff in this report. Plea bargains accounted for 97% of case resolutions in 2018. Yeah, I want to go back in and read that stuff. What'd she put here? Very good discussion. Okay. So he has like Washington State University, and I'll just read the sentence and then I'll like, her corrections here are kind of like stupid, honestly. She wants him to not type out Washington State University and just put WSU. And then when it's talking about a campus police officer arrested student Carl Overdahl due to being in possession of alcohol as a minor, she wants him to put just a campus officer arrested Overhaul for MIP. Basically cop talk, not college professor student human talk. She wants him to type it out like cop talk, which I don't agree with. I feel like she's probably wrong in that correction, but that's just me. God, now it's hard to tell which way is up. Developing research agenda. Mass incarceration by trial. National Center for Faculty Development and Diversity. Crim 530 paperwork. Mass incarceration and prosecutorial power, a remedy. Back from September. I mean, they pretty much, like, they just keep, why we gotta keep flipping back and forth, bro? Like, can't y'all just figure out one way to stand and be still? Jesus. See, so what I'm seeing is like a professor writing a lot of stuff on his papers when she's grading him, right? So it's almost like when he's going in and grading people, he's mirroring what he's seeing other people do whenever they're grading him. Lots of notations, lots of things to say. That's what it sounds like. He's just like trying to do it the same way he sees it. Bias against the defendant was also prevalent. You ain't never lie. See, a good summary of the book, but a bit too much. I'd like to see more space devoted to analysis of the author's thesis. So again, she told him to put more stuff about the book in there, but then she wasn't satisfied with the way that he did it. Sex Offenders Myopic Decisions, review by Bryan Kohberger. This is from Dr. Pendo. Is that how you would say that? Pedno? Ped being in his name is bad sign. That's all I'm going to say. Freaking upside down. I should not have to keep flipping these. That's wild. All this is interesting, but difficult to follow. Okay. And how come some of these have these lines? It's only like a spare few. Flipping again. You got an 85 on this one. Trauma quiz. You raise some good points. You get a 90. Quiz number 2. You got an 87. Another quiz, quiz number 3. This is like a whole storyline of a crime. See, you provide a lot of details from the book, but it's not always directly relevant to the question. So he's trying to like do what she said, put more information about the book in there, but then it's not like what she's actually wanting. Only answer one question. Okay. This one's about the drug war. Victims of drug raids. Necessitated by military-style tactics that federal and local agencies engaged in was an equally powerful arsenal of weapons, armor, military vehicles, and drones that could rise to the occasion. You mean like how they went into your parents' house? That's wildly ironic. I know, baby, but I gotta get comfy and I'm falling off my chair. Don't fall. Don't fall. Scooch over. Okay. Okay, stretch it out. That works too. Okay. You got a 95 on that one. See, it looks like he like crumpled this one up. Ethics, laws, society, and capital punishment. So he was basically doing like a review of somebody else's thoughts. Okay, see how it switches from these like reports to like this shady ass looking stuff? Like if you didn't know that there was a storage unit that they looked at, then you'd be like, what in the chicken coop is this? It's the storage unit. I don't know what they blocked out right here. Maybe like the unit number. Very possibly. But this is like the storage unit. And it's supposed to have some sort of lock on it. And obviously, like none of them do. There's multiple doors here. See all the handles? Like they're each separate. Of course, his back's upside down. I don't really know what they keep concentrating on this spot right here for. Like, I know that there's like little pieces, like little nods or whatever, like missing, but that's how this wood works a lot. And see, there's multiple. This doesn't look like any sort of like sign of trying to do anything. It'd be way bigger than that little bitty old dot if somebody was trying to get into this. And this is like the extent of it right here. It's a very skinny space. You maybe might be able to fit like a bicycle in there, I guess. Now we're going to get to his area of stuff. Look at the clothes. He left clothes there. Looks like he had multiple things of sheets and stuff because this is like a folded up thing of sheets right here. This is another thing of sheets right here. And then he's got this like comforter set. And this is like where a pillow, like pillows came out of these. And see, there's a blanket or something like right here on the floor. See the sheet set? Like this still has like the cardboard in the bottom of like, you know how you get the sheet sets and it has like that cardboard piece in the bottom of it, keeping its shape. This is three pairs of jeans. These look like three different pairs of jeans because it's, girl, you keep kicking my hand. Here, let me fish you. Ugh. Okay. So yeah, this was like a pillow. This is an allergy pillow, gelled microfiber pillow. We're a lot of blue and white. The selfie picture, was that a long sleeve shirt? Or could it have been like one of these? Maybe this one. I don't remember if it was long sleeve or short sleeve. But he left like plenty of shirts. He left like outfits. Okay, so this right here, this is a gaming laptop. If you look up Acer Nitro 5, it's a pretty good one. And it can be pretty expensive, like depending on where you get it from. This one right here is almost 800, but this one right here is 1400 almost. So it really just, I guess, depends. Towels on a stool is strange. I don't know why they wouldn't be in the bathroom unless he just kind of like folded them and put them there and this didn't bother because he was leaving with his dad. So I guess this is like a second little piece of a closet. Woo! That's the bathroom, I think. Is it the bathroom? Yeah, because there's like the bathtub wall. Towel. And see, like all the cabinets are open. That's why I don't really know like how much of these are actually what it looked like and how much of these are after they've gone in and touched shit. Because for this to be the first look, those cabinets should not be open that way. So they definitely went in and like touched stuff beforehand. Toilet paper. I mean, no trash in the trash can makes sense for being gone because that's just gross to leave trash in there. Plunger right here. That's the toilet paper holder. Lights, vents. This is like a radiator heater, I guess. So these are like the heating systems. See what I mean? There's like, it almost looks like toothpaste water. It's like coming down the cabinet. See how it's like on both sides, like right here? So this is either just like their hard water, like hella drying, or this is like toothpaste. So it looks like toothpaste. See that, but this is like the background of that selfie picture, like this area right here. See, it's like toothpaste or something. Bunch of cabinet space in that bathroom, bro. Damn. I don't know what this is for. I've never, ever, ever seen a bathtub built like that. The only thing that I can think of, because they have it on the other side too, the only thing I can think of is that somebody was smart for once when they built this. See how it's right here? And like, you know how like you get into the bathtub after you like start to fill it up and you get in like afterwards? Sometimes you don't pay attention to the fact that like the water is a little bit too high and some of it sort of comes over a little bit. That would like stop that from happening. So maybe that's what that is, like a smart design. But look at all the hard water stains. Like, they ain't no scrubbing. You're going to have to use CLR all the time to get that cleaned up. But everything else, when it comes to the shower itself, it's really clean. Like, he scrubbed the tiles, kept his bathroom clean. That being like right there in the tile at the sink is crazy. That is such a low outlet. And see, there's like some dust up in here along this corner. Is that like hard water dry stuff from the leaking, I guess? There's Windex and bowl cleaner. Now, remember, they said he didn't have a shower curtain in there, and that made sense to me because you can go to Dollar Tree and get those. They cost like $2, $3 at Walmart, maybe like $5 now at the economy. But usually you don't leave those in there if you know you're going to be gone for a little while because it'll mold and mildew and stink. And again, that's completely replaceable $2, $3 things. A germaphobe would definitely throw that in the trash and just buy a new one. Plus, he'd only been here for like a few months. Like he moved in July, August, September, October, November, December. So he was really only in there for like maybe like 5-ish months. A lot of this stuff is just like, this is an old ass apartment. Look at that hard water. It's wild. Lots of hard water. Look, there's even oxidization on the hinges. Non-slip mat that he never took out. I honestly can't stand these things. My kids hated them. It's like a Walmart bag. With something in it. Something's in that bag down there. Receipt. Target bag. I think this is probably the receipt that they said Ann Taylor went in and grabbed. Like the remaining of his stuff that was in there. I remember there being something about a bathroom cabinet receipt and bag or something like that. So I'm guessing they just went in there and like got the rest of his crap out of there. Because they also had to like load up his TVs and his computer and shit like that too. It's a long receipt, but I guess that could be a Target receipt. Now, I'll tell you guys now, there is proof of a daily medication, or at least of a medication that we do see in here because there's instructions on how to take something. So we don't know what it is, but it's in here. We're only about not even halfway through. There's 699 photos and we're only at 303, but I'll show you guys when we get to it. So we're back into the front. See how it like goes around again? Swiffer pads. I don't know what's being blocked right there unless it's like somebody else's window maybe. This old school paneling in here is wild. Like this is like trailer paneling. Old school paneling. And look at all of the water damage up here. See all that? It's crazy. There must be leaks in the foundation somewhere up in the structure. Okay, see the lamp? See the lamp? That's a very specific lamp. That's like branches. Wood. It's interesting. Very interesting. To me, that's like selective. Who's complaining? Is there some sort of immature, stupid child in here that needs to get out? Let's see if I can find them. I'm sure it won't be hard. CK Designs is who's running their mouth. This person? Well, you're not a member, honey baby. You're white. Your name is white, so you can leave. If you really feel the need to unsubscribe, you're not a member, so it's not like it's going to matter. What are they saying that they're running their mouths about? Well, it depends on how you're saying it. If you're sitting here personally attacking people, then that's a problem. So what if he has literally nothing? He was there temporarily as a student. So you're in here being like a materialistic shithead? Is that what's happening? You can leave. Bye-bye. Take your fake blonde out of here. Thank you very mucho. Okay, bye. Thanks for joining, Fly High. Thanks for the $4.99, girl. There are comments about the title of one of the books. It's called "Why the Innocents Pled Guilty." Yeah. We went over looking at those. I should have checked that earlier. It's interesting. He's got like 2 books like that, like 2 books about that kind of stuff. It must have been something they were studying in class. Thanks for the 5 shenanigans. Thank you. Thanks for the 5, Motoman Max. Motoman MX. There's nothing there. The only thing they could get from the apartment was his own work they used against him. Exactly. Things that people were assigned. That's insane too, isn't it? Insane. I mean, you can go ahead, Mike Wazowski. Literally, bye-bye. I don't really think you have to have all that stuff, though. You don't have to have all that stuff. They didn't have all that stuff back in the day. They didn't. You can definitely like going out and looking at the stars and hiking without having all that extra stuff on there. You don't have to have all that stuff. Okay, Wazowski. You know, I will tell you that your part of Disneyland was the only part we liked. Or was it Universal? Whichever one you guys are at. That one was actually the only good part. That comedy was pretty good. We really don't. And he left so much stuff here. Wait till y'all see his computer. When y'all see his computer, you're going to say straight the hell up, ain't no way dude wasn't planning on going back. Now, if this would have been like a little $300-$400 computer that you buy at Walmart and it's like an all-in-one system, I'd be like, yeah, I'd risk that. When y'all see his computer, no. Dude was coming back. Straight up. Thanks for the $4.99 good vibes. Love you too. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Mila's puppies. We love puppies. This house is not staged. I know Lana is like trying to get that into y'all's brains. This is not a staged house. I really wonder what kind of computer system that she uses to think that based on the computer, because my son's is literally set up the exact same way. And he uses that bitch like 14 hours a day. And there is the same spots of dust on his little fans that come out the screen as you see on this computer system. This is not staged. I think they do a hell of a lot better of a job if they were trying to stage this, because there's no way in shit it's staged. Ain't no freaking way. So we'll just go through this with normal eyeballs, not like all that other stuff. Yeah, once y'all see his computer, you'll be like, yeah, bro. So that's another thing. People are wild what they complain about too. Because some people were complaining about this pillow up on this couch. I'm like, for one, it's a pillow on a couch. What are we complaining about? Why are we acting like this is crazy? It's a pillow on a couch. And Home Dude had his dad with him. So either he gave his dad the bed or his dad slept on the couch. But there's a reason for there to be a pillow on the couch. And even if there wasn't, it's just a pillow on a couch. Why is it so crazy? It's just a pillow on a couch. It's just a pillow. People are nuts the way that they go into some things. Like, not everything is insanity. Like, on both sides. On his side, on the victim's sides, even on Dylan and Bethany's side. We've come out and like said plenty of things on both regards. Both things. Now, I will tell you, this is pretty much like indicative of him constantly vacuuming. You see how like all of the little fuzzies are out of this rug? This is because he's constantly running a vacuum over it. Like, it's pretty pristine except for all of the obvious wear on the edges. See right here? This is all from constantly vacuuming. That's from those bristles in the vacuum constantly being on this and unraveling the threading. It does look like he keeps the plastic on it right here on the edges, I guess. Yeah, it does look like the plastic's on it. And look, there's dust in the back of the TV. But I don't dust the back of my TV either. Come run your finger behind my damn TV. You're going to get an inch of that shit. I don't dust behind the TV. At least not a lot. That cord, I wonder what it was plugged into. And why is it just out there like that? That's one thing I definitely couldn't have, just a cord running across the place. So I don't really know if like what the way that I am is OCD or if it's just like things are annoying. Because that cord would definitely be considered annoying, in my opinion. So he probably like needed this air conditioner before it started to turn cold, and then it completely came out of the window. These are crazy though, because they have to have like special things that you put in the window itself to where just that hose is coming out. So you have to have like special plastic sliding piece. The majority of those. It is an interesting lamp. It's something my dad would have. Outdoors-ish type lamp. I mean, it just looks like a typical dude's apartment. Nothing cray-cray. I mean, personally, though, my couch is up against my wall. But maybe he's got to think about that. Mine is all the way up against that wall. And see how, like, the stuff's open? Like, I feel like some of this crooked stuff really maybe wasn't like that. Like, how do we know this wasn't completely straight? And then they opened the oven as they went through and, like, opened the cabinets and then made it crooked. So, I mean, obviously the towel doesn't really matter. But I'd like to know, like, what was before they touched shit and what wasn't. Unless there would be, I don't know if there's a reason why somebody would leave their cabinet at the bottom where the water, oh, yeah, that is the common thing, isn't it? Maybe he left those cabinets like that open because in the bathroom where the water is, like the faucet and stuff is, those were also open, and maybe he left them open so that they didn't get like mildewy smelling from being in a closed-in space for so long. Maybe. I mean, everything looks so normal. Looks clean. I mean, honestly, cleaner than my house with these aminals everywhere. Napkin holder, coasters. I could never have white curtains. They would be so nasty so fast. Especially with her. She likes to get into the curtains and leave her little claw marks and everything. There is multiple cords in this thing. What is this? So it looks like the lamp is plugged into it. And then there's this cord comes out this way and is not connected to that. It looks like this is like an extension coming out from behind the TV, and this white cord is separate. And then there's like a tan peach colored cord. Yeah, look at this circular thermometer. This is like old school. I wonder when these apartments were built. Let me see if I can see. When were the step apartments in Pullman, Washington built? Everything but the answer. Holy shit! 1909. These apartments are over 100 years old. Cray cray. So they old. Nope. Nope. 1909. They had to have done some stuff to the outside. Yeah, that's what I said. That's wild. Yep. Look, right here. This home was built, well, it's talking about the apartment complex and how the complex itself is not currently for sale, but was built in 1909. And it just changed property owners July 2024. That's interesting. $1,500. That's Steptoe Street. Maybe did I read that wrong? Ignore me. I read that wrong. That's Southeast Steptoe Street. That was 1909. So why are you giving me Steptoe Street? I literally asked for Steptoe Apartments, you stupid computer. When were the Steptoe Apartments in Pullman, Washington built? Well, maybe y'all are more on the 60s and 70s level. That's right. Is it going to tell me? Because I want to know. Because that paneling is so freaking old. 1909 didn't seem right. I'm glad that was wrong. Because that did not seem accurate. Oh my god, and now this page is going to take forever. If it even loads. Did it load? It sure did not. So no, that's still Steptoe Street. Okay. Built in the early 70s. So y'all that guessed the 60s and 70s were the ones that were the closest. How much are they? I honestly don't really want to know, but I do at the same time. One, two, three, four different layouts. These don't have that scary wood paneling. They got the doors though. Same kinds of heating system. Huh. Yeah, oh look, there it is right there. That's his building. Oh, that's crazy. None of these other ones show to have like the paneling in the living room. Unless they painted over it. Put something over it and paint it over it. So then how old is that? Like 50-ish? 50-ish years old? Oh, I took the thing away. Did it fix my stuff? Yeah. That's what I thought. I don't know. Brian's was a 2-bedroom, but the other bedroom was locked apparently, which is something I can pull up. Blast from the Past. Have y'all seen that movie? Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser. That's a cute little movie there. It's a cute little movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's a cute little movie. Now I think I want to watch it. I wanted to go back over the report so that we can get their wording exactly for that secondary bedroom, because the pictures that they show, the door is open, but they said in the warrant thing that whenever they got there, I could have sworn that they said that it was locked. I need her supplemental report. Give me the supplemental report. No, I'm saying it yet. This is Dustin Blaker. Come on. Faster. Get to the point. Her report's going to be at the end of this somewhere. Holy crap, Azoli, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, it's in here twice. Am I tripping? Where the hell is this thing? Like, it's literally going to have her, like, supplemental information. It's going to say supplemental report. And it's going to be what it looked like to them when they went in there. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I usually will always give this link whenever we're looking at this. This is a drop of 160 something documents that were released from the like New York Times. I got a huge drop of information from Washington. So this is like his search stuff for his apartment and his office. I'm trying to see like where it says anything about the room. So it shows that they went to the office space first. Is that what that says? No, just that there was 2 search warrants. Okay. Okay, knocked and announced, knocking and announcing, blah, 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 blah. The bedroom to the northeast corner was found to be locked, and we had to key into the room. It says it right here. So when they walked in, that door, which I think is this one right here, to the spare bedroom was locked. So at this point of these photos, they've already, and plus we kind of know that because they went in there at the dark. They went in there in the dark. We see it in the body cam. It's dark outside when they came and like knocked and like did all the stuff. And you can see daylight coming in through the window. Whenever they went on the back porch, it was daylight outside. So these are probably from like just like later on that same day. I'm going to assume that these are just later on that exact same day. But that spare room right here was locked whenever they got there. And they would have had to just like unlock it. See, in this part right here, this is going into his bedroom right here. And they'll go further in here in a second so you can see like his computer and stuff like that. Yeah, this has got to be that spare bedroom right here. Yeah, see how it says 2? Like this is the second bedroom. I'm assuming that's why it's like that, unless somebody's really like dumb and don't know how to put hinges on. I guess that could be possible. Yeah, this is still that second bedroom. Which means they came in here, unlocked the door, opened the doors. So this is inside that second bedroom looking into the living area. What is this for? I've seen this kind of thing before, but I don't know what this is for. Is it like a door sensor or some shit? There's like no buttons on this thing. Yeah. It's bright outside. This is just more of that spare bedroom. I guess they were looking for like maybe impressions of things to see if anything looked like it had been in there, but it really doesn't. It looks like no one's touched it. Looks like your typical apartment. Just everything's white. White everywhere. Okay. So this mouse pad right here is literally the same one that Zelda's laying on right now. And mine looks just as bad. Well, now it's full of cat hair. See how he has it unplugged? That's normal to me that he unplugged it. You don't usually, like my grandfather on my mom's side will go around every day, like right before they go to bed, and make sure that everything is unplugged, like coffee pot. Stuff like that, that even if it's not on, because it like, honestly, this is how he's always lived, like my entire almost 40 years of life. Because he says even whenever it's not completely, I don't know if this is true, honestly, I have no idea. Even if it's not on, it's still like plugged in and still having like a current of electricity. So unplugging them helps the light bill. That's how he's always lived his life. So he will, see, he goes in and unplugs all the things. Yeah, especially unplug if you're going out of town. Yeah. 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 It is true. I've never knew it was true. I just always kind of figured it was because he's lived that way forever. Really? That's crazy. So it is true. It is factually true. Now I'm going to want to go unplug every damn thing instead of leaving it convenient. Thanks. That's crazy. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and see like this setup, like it gets closer, you'll be able to see. See, this has paper trash in it. Just like a couple of pieces of paper. So he didn't get rid of like all the trash. He left some stuff in there. Just like the stuff that was going to make a smell. Paper isn't going to smell if it sits there for a couple weeks. In his inside of his closet again. See how earlier it was just like pictures of inside of his closet and then it went away? Like they're so all over the place. I don't know why it would be difficult to put these in order and put them together. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Yeah, that looks like your standard combo mouse keyboard you could buy like at Walmart. And he apparently like uses it quite a bit because there's a lot of use marks. You see all of this right here? Like this keyboard's been like moves around a lot on this thing. But I would not be sitting my ass, no matter how skinny I am, on this little bitty ass chair, no matter for how long. You out of your mind. Speakers. I think this is for like additional sound. I just use my headphones. I don't have anything like that hooked up on mine. Now, you see the dust right here, bro? I'm telling you. I could go into my son's room right now. And we use like the air dust cans with like the little red straw constantly. I do too. And mine's not like a setup like that. But in these kinds of little setups, there's little fans, little circular fans right here. And they just attract all of the nasty. So it doesn't matter how many times Slade goes in and like sprays the crap out of his computer and like tries to get the dust out with different things within like a day or two of him being on it all the time, playing with his buddies. Now he does his school stuff and stuff on it. It constantly has all that dirt, constantly has all that dust. So that being dusty don't mean nothing to me. He uses this thing, you can tell. This mouse pad is hella used. And this doesn't collect dust in this circular type pattern unless these fans were on. So there's that too. I can sit my ass on a chair like that. I don't care how skinny I am. I'm not sitting on that thing. Take that back into the kitchen. Now again, his blanket, he might have just taken it with him. He might have taken it with him to use at like the hotels and stuff whenever they were traveling. Very possible. I take my pillows in my blanket. We take blankets and pillows. Even if we're going to stay at like my dad's for a couple of days, we always take our blankets off our beds and like our favorite pillow for sure. off our beds. And then I bring this like ginormous ass, like double layered air mattress thingy that we sleep on in the living room. Is that for internet? Is that a box for the internet? That's what that looks like. It looks like it's the little telephone piece that goes in. Yeah. This is gonna literally be like how my son's room looks, like whenever he's living on his own. Bed with barely anything on it and like an expensive computer setup. Now, what he has here is like a gaming computer system, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he games. He might. My computer that I do all of this stuff on is a gaming system. They run better. They're built for a lot of stuff happening all at one time. To me, they run better. And when I upgrade to another computer, honestly, I'll probably buy another gaming system. Or I might even have my son build me one because he built his and it's fabulous. So we might just have him build it. This looks like my box of staples for my staple gun. But I didn't see a staple gun in his thing of tools. Let's see if I can I zoom in on this to see if this is the same thing? Like, does he just hate this comforter? Is this not the same sheets that he has on his bed right now? It's hard to tell because it's really blurry, but the way that the pattern is sort of looks like it. And like maybe he just didn't use the comforter maybe and left it in there. Or this could still like be an unopened thing. I don't know. It does look sort of similar. It's hard to tell. The hell is that? White piece. So this is the microwave. What is this white thing? It looks like the top of a cooler chest. I don't know what that white piece is. But they're taking a picture. Is it a light? It's cracked, whatever it is. Maybe it's a light. See, this is like underneath his stove. A little bit of dirtiness. Looks like a normal under the stove situation. Oh, maybe it was like this thing they had. Are you going to bend yourself into a complete circle? See the grease on the tiles? This is like so annoying to keep up with. Mine's the same way. Oh my God, the paper is still back there. To me, I would have freaked out. Fiery things, electric stuff and paper and stuff like that always is like a big problem for me. I would have definitely ripped that off of there. But he might not have even known it was back there. Okay, that's what this was. Oh, hold on. Boomer's dreaming. Okay. Yeah, I think whatever that was on top of the microwave must be like this light cover. It must have fallen. Or they took it off because it had a crack. Like, because obviously they've done moved this microwave from being over here. See how there was like a little bit of stuff back here? No more papers. Here we go. Got an 80 on that one. Craig Himmons, the teacher. Have we heard from him? I don't think we have. Okay, so a trial by jury, convicting the innocent. These are all required readings that cost him $100 on Amazon. So anyone who wants to say that it's crazy or, oh my God, it's so weird, he has all these books, here's where he was forced to do so. Because this is all of them. This is the Rise of the Warrior Cop one. This is the mass incarceration one. Trial by jury. Why the innocent plead guilty and the guilty go free. Convicting the innocent. This is all stuff that he was forced to buy for $100 on Amazon. That's crazy that you pay all that money to go to college and then you still have to pay all that money for books. It's just a freaking scam. Freaking scam. But here's the proof that he had to buy those books. He was told he had to. It was required reading. Why? They haven't redacted anything. And all of a sudden, something in his actual assignment is being blocked. This isn't something that he wrote. This is a piece of paper, a packet of paper that was given to him by that Craig Himmons guy for his assignment. So what the frick could possibly need to be redacted from this? That's wild. I'd love to know what they redacted from his assignments, from his semester rubric. That's wild. Classes all the way through to the 7th. This was basically like everything they were going to be doing in class. So I would love to know why something was redacted. What were y'all doing in class that you don't want us to see? Weirdos. So here's the election one I showed you guys at the very beginning of the live to show that his original stuff was going to Pullman. See the date? November 8th, 2022. His original stuff was going to Pullman. He voted in November of 2024. And that's most likely whenever they updated his mailing address to the P.O. box that is associated with Ann Taylor's office. See right here how it says mom? This is that piece of paper that's right next to the TV. So it was something from his mom, probably for his birthday. So this is a receipt from the Target in Moscow on Pullman Road. This is where he bought his fire stick thingy. And then he also bought a laundry basket. What was the date? 7/4/22. So he instantly was like, I need a damn TV. And he went and bought a fire stick. And see, I'm about to say, is this even open? There's a little tear right here. So he probably just keeps the boxes and receipts for just in case purposes and then kind of maybe forgets they're there. Because he could only return this thing up until August 4th. See, there's a key just hanging out in the corner right there. Fabric care for something. I wonder what that was for. This is for voting. This is about ballots and stuff like that. Why is your flash not on? Thank you. General election on November 8th. And I think the thing that he voted on in November of 2024 was like on the 5th. I don't know when presidential elections opened or if it was just like general voting like this, because it did say like general something on it. So that's probably what it is. Graduate school exam schedule. Deadlines for doctoral. Deadlines for masters. Yeah, it's just final exam schedules. It doesn't look like there was anything in December. Most of it was in November, with like April stuff coming up for 2023. Program of study request form. Quiz 1 on the Balco book. Okay, see right here. My freaking nose won't stop itching. Okay, right here. You're going to see there's going to be like more than one. Okay, you see how it's different? So, okay, this one's 8/18 of 22. This one's 8/18 of 22. This one's 8/17 of 22. But then you see right here how he went to like try to write it and didn't like it, started over. I noticed that. See how this one's smaller? So I don't know what this is. I don't know what they're redacting at the bottom of this part, but he has like written this several times because he didn't like how it looks. See how it kept going crooked? Tell me this man doesn't have dexterity issues. Everything he writes goes to the side. Everything goes like in an angle. Everything that they've said about his diagnosis has been proven by just simple looking. He's definitely trying to get it to like straighten up and he just can't. And you can tell he's getting frustrated because he's doing it over and over again. I like to know what they have blocked out right there. Now, this is interesting. And I almost feel like this is something that he was keeping as like research for himself, because this is about the cohort, which is all of the students that were in that like TA-ish graduate program that came in, that like group of a dozen or so that they keep like talking about over and over again, that like group of people, right? So this is sort of interesting. And I don't think that this would be something that would be an assignment. It could be. I don't think it would be though. So I don't know. I don't know if they would make you like do an assignment based on like people that you just met. I guess they could. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm going to read this part right here, though, because it's interesting. A pattern that emerges was that, in general, members of our cohort liked activities that involved the outdoors, as well as discussing topics, though not explicitly stated, and instead implicitly communicated. Cohort members enjoyed communicating their thoughts and perspectives. Further, it seems that others' interests seem to coincide in a manner that suggests influence, i.e., one person stated their love for nature and others followed along. And then he's got like this graph thing here. Imaginary something, subjective. Went into detail of their vision, concrete information, activities, plainly stated. Repeated interest. So it looks like he's trying to see like who's the leader and who's the followers, but in like report form. I just don't know if it's like this portion right here is like his own way of like thinking about what's going on, or if it is an assignment, because then we have this right here, which looks more assignment based because it's talking about power, corrections, profit under crime. And then there's permanent label, retribution, inadequate stuff, police information right here, undertrained. It's like thoughts, courts, overburdened, favors wealthy defendants, protects government, stuff like that. That seems more like his school stuff related. Student survival kit. Is this a different place that he was thinking about living? Okay, this is what I was talking about, Rahur. So I don't know what kind of medication this is. I don't know. All I know is that I get my blood pressure medications in 90 tablets at a time. And this has 2022 written on it. And the doctor's name, which they probably should have actually like redacted. And then it's 90 pills, and he's being told to take one every morning by mouth on an empty stomach. So I don't know what it is, but it's something that's there. This does look like another place. The hills on Grand. So I wonder if he was looking at this place before he picked this one, or if he was thinking about leaving and moving to this one. I mean, it's a lot nicer looking. It's got a pool and a gym and all kind of stuff. Does Steptoe have a pool? I don't remember. WSU Cougar Health System. I think this was like what this for. Yeah, see right here. Take this medicine on an empty stomach, preferably half to an hour before breakfast. Take this medicine with a full glass of water. Take this medication at least 4 hours before taking antacids, iron, or vitamin mineral supplements. Take or use this medicine exactly as directed. Do not skip doses or discontinue unless directed by your doctor. This one was interesting because there's a selective amount of medications where you're supposed to completely stay away from grapefruit, and this seems to be one of them. So I guess that would sort of help, like, that one was one of them right there. Ariel was on Abilify, and she wasn't allowed to be around anything grapefruit, which we used to eat a bunch of grapefruit, like the real red grapefruits, and we had to stop for a while. So I don't know. Did it show one? Did it show the NDC? Oh, it sure the frick did, didn't it? Okay, hold on a second. See, if I was logged into my work system and I looked this up, I would get fired. So I can do it on my computer right here. That's fine. Yeah. It does. This is the NDC number, which is the National Drug Code. It shows it's for levothyroxine sodium tablet. So I wonder if they thought that he had issues keeping off weight because of a thyroid problem. I know that a lot of people like make fun of that because that's something that a lot of people that are overweight try to say, is that it's just their thyroid, it's their thyroid, it's their thyroid. And it's become just like something that people say without really like it being true. So I wonder if he really does, like, if that's the issue. He got like a thyroid that doesn't operate correctly. That would honestly explain some things. Okay, so here's that birthday card. Happy birthday, Bryan. There's 2 different envelopes right here. This one says, I didn't lick it because of #COVID. That's probably a sister. Okay, see right here, Bryan. This is like something that, I got cat hair on my face. He's getting me hairy, bro. This is like something like a sister would say, I feel like. Bryan. You know what I mean? Like, just say it real, like, sarcastically. I think this is the one from his mom. Yeah. Okay, here we get to the receipts. Okay, so here we have a Safeway in Pullman. He bought 2 of these Light Life products in a recyclable bag, or there's a recyclable bag charge. This was on 12/8/22, so this would have been just like a handful of days before he left with his dad. Went to the self-checkout. And then 3 days before that on 12/5, He bought more Light Life products. The tempeh, that's a brand. That's like a vegan brand. Some sort of silk something here. Is that cultured yogurt something? Maybe. And then Signature Bowls. Nature's Path Love. Dang, that's $6.49 at Safeway. Because if that's the same granola stuff I get for Slade, that shit's like $4 at Walmart. So that's wild. But Safeway, as far as I know, is also like in the same like umbrella company as Albertsons, and Albertsons is freaking expensive. Albertsons is expensive. Okay, so now we have Walmart from 12.8. Pullman. Starbucks K-Cups, Starbucks coffee. Something decaf, I think. DCF decaf. Shoe spray. And then the bag charge. And now we have the books again, which again, we just saw the paper that says that these were all, well, for the majority, not all of them, but like 5 or 6 of these, he was required. This one right here, Rise of the Cop right here. This one right here, The Rise and Fall of the Death Penalty. Was that one of them? This one right here, Trial by Jury, Mass Incarceration by Jail, and then like these up here, Convicting the Innocent Ones. That's all stuff he had to buy for $100 on Amazon. See, this is a different professor now grading this. The handwriting is completely different than the other one. Geez, there's a lot. This is just that thing his mom wrote that they laid flat to take a picture of. A son leaves your home but never leaves your heart. He discovers his own happiness, which in turn becomes yours. And then they're blocking whatever she wrote him in here. And then we have a better view of the card that his sister, I'm going to assume his sister sent it. Both of your egos. You were a dino and a professor. Celebrate like a boss. Bryan. Big smiley face. So, this one's backwards, upside down. And now we're just back in that front closet. But see, this looks different, doesn't it? Does this not look different than whenever we first looked at it? What number is this? 515? Let me find those other ones, because already, like, we need dates on stuff because y'all move shit around. This might make y'all seasick, so hold on a second. Okay, perfect example. Where's the one that shows like the full-on back end of that one? Okay, see up here, right here, it shows that the Downy was next to this, and like the dark blue bottle was like off over a little bit. If we go back to wherever the hell we just were, because now I just forgot what freaking number it was. Like, you'll see that it's different. They've moved shit. So that's why it's hard for me to tell if the messiness of the closet is legit. Because where's the Downy thing now? See, okay, the toilet paper is moved. This box right here is on top of the toilet paper in the other photos. This is over some, and there's a light blue Downy fabric softener like next to that. So it's all different. See, they moved shit around and then expect us not to ask questions. So it's hard to tell, like, was his stuff really a mess like that, or did they go in there and make it a mess like that? Because already that's different. They move shit around, thinking we're not going to notice. I don't know why they think everybody's dumb. I mean, it's not like that stuff even matters, but why, like, at least not try to differentiate, like, what was what and when was what? Because, see, okay, there's like a black nitrile glove up here. But it's hard to tell now, like, was it really up there the whole time? Did y'all put it up there and try to make it relevant or what? Because now you've got stuff in two different positions. See, just like one single black glove by itself. And see, this photo really shouldn't even like be in here like this, because you see a cell phone and some glasses and you're like, holy shit, whose is that? The cops. But now they've moved the glove, put it on a piece of cardboard on this nightstand, and then they're taking pictures of it. This doesn't even look like it was ever worn. It looks like it just came out the box and like fell. It's too, you know, like it's too compressed. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look like a hand's ever been in it. Okay. So now he took all this stuff. They took all this stuff out and put it on his coffee table. These all parking tickets? Holy shit, Bryan. This is crazy. You are like a bad parker, a bad driver. I wonder if it's like dexterity issues is the reason why he keeps getting pulled over by cops and shit. Because what? These all signed by different people. These two right here are like the only ones that look like they were signed by the same person. All the rest of them are different, it seems like. Okay, this is like 11-4 maybe? This one's 10-19, 9-25, 11-21. So the day before his birthday. He got a ticket on his birthday. That sucks. 12. That's either 12-1 or 12-2. Halloween. He got a ticket on Halloween. And then 10-25. Bro, you running in the cops with a lot. You've got lots of run-ins with these policemen. Lots of dealing with the capos. Okay, what is this? Okay, this looks like this was like his new debit card that came in. What is this? 7/18/22. Jeez. Maybe it's the weather. We had a storm. It knocked my internet out for like an hour and a half. So maybe it's just like making everything heavy. I don't know. I'm tired though. This letter is to inform you that we have made a final determination. Oh, put your hands down, girl. We have made a final determination regarding your dispute dated 7/15/22. PSECU, that's one of the banks, was able to locate an incoming deposit from IRS. Oh, that's like his tax return. For this member, it's being returned due to account not found. The number used was incorrect as it was missing a digit. Okay, so it looks like he was supposed to get a tax return of $2,474.52, but whenever he put his bank account information on his tax return information, it had one digit missing, so it bounced back out of his bank account. So he would have had to have contacted the IRS and fixed all of that. That's what this is. Okay, what is all this stuff? Is this his checks from being a TA? Yeah. So right here, he got a check for $1,000. This one is for $1,000. Well, this one's like 101, I think. And this one's for 131, it looks like. And then this one's for 842, 9/26/22. This was for 840 something from 10/7/22. Is there a date on these? This one's 10/25/22. Home dude got a parking ticket when he went to go pick up his check. Damn. And then we have 11/10/22. Let's see what's on this other side. Okay, so this looks like a receipt. Moscow and Pullman building supply. Is there a better copy right here? Swiffer wet jet mop. You went to a building place to buy all of your cleaning stuff? What a man thing to do. Lidman long handle toilet bowl brush and round caddy. Lidman 7-inch precision angle broom with dustpan. I have the same one, but I bought mine at Walmart like a normal person. I guess this is like a guy thing to do. Just go buy all your cleaning stuff at a building supply store. Then we have a cord plug, like an electrical cord. Oh, damn. This shit was way more expensive than mine. This right here is the air conditioner. That plug-in window air unit. It was $479 originally. He paid $383.99 for it. Damn. Damn. Mine was like $299. That's great. Black nitrile gloves. See, he bought 100-pack gloves right here. When did he buy the gloves? Oh my God. That says like 7/1 of 22. So like right whenever he got into town, he went and bought a bunch of stuff that he needed. 25-piece tool set. Yeah. I didn't know I had a comment popping up there this whole time. He spent $558. $548 over there. Okay, so here is the one thing that we have that I could find in all of these that has anything to do with anything we've heard about there being an improvement plan or anything for him. We knew that there was issues. We know that he was having issues because of that one chick being dumb, and then he was always arguing with his professor. So then we have this improvement plan that was dated November 2nd, 2022, and this was the first thing that we had seen already. So this is finally like a piece of paper for it. But this is just the improvement plan, like the first steps that they were taking with him. And this is a Vista. I don't know if that's like a bank or a credit card thing. CVS money card. Okay, here it is. Here's the Walmart receipt with the dicky tag. Disgrace better freaking learn how to like come out and be like, I was wrong. If I can do it whenever I'm wrong on something, then Nancy Disgrace can do it too. This is not a murder coverall. This is not a coverall bought for murdering. This is not a murder outfit. This was a beanie. Here's what I was telling you guys. Go ahead and pull out your Walmart apps. If you got your Walmart app and try to scan the code, it's going to pop up a beanie. I'll show you in the community tab so I don't have to pull my phone back up again. Or actually, maybe it's just easier that way. Okay. This is what you'll see. It does not fold down into a face mask or any of that other crazy stuff. It's literally a beanie. A beanie. Regular schmegular for $12.97. Not no coverall outfit. None of that other bullshit. If this was a coverall thing, or if it ever was a coverall thing, it'd have been like $40, $50. Not no $13. So that's the Walmart receipt. And that's the Dickies tag that everyone has been tripping on. It's a freaking beanie. A freaking beanie. That's wild. So this is from what date too? 11/7/22. He bought a beanie. Something else, right? I don't know what that is right there. Something that was $6. Soap for $11. 96 ounces vanilla almond milk that we saw in his fridge, the 3 gallons. It's all right here. This shredded mozzarella for $4.42 is that vegan mozzarella from Follow Your Heart that we saw, and we saw both containers in there. The hash brown sticky rice. I don't know what these are right here. Oh, this is waters. 35 packs of 16.9 ounce bottled waters. He bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Yeah, that was that one. And then we have Marshall's at the Palouse Mall. This is the one where I was like, you buy cold medicine at Marshall's? What? That's weird. And then these, I think, were like t-shirts or something like that. Or maybe it was like socks or something, maybe underwear. I'm not really quite sure. Whatever it is, they're like the same price. You just have to like run that code from Marshall's. But he bought gourmet food stuff, cold medicine, and men's clothes. And this one is dated 8/31 of 22, and this one's 9/19 of 22. It's pretty normal stuff. These are the exact same receipts again, though. They just made it to where the Marshall's ones were like the main focus. And look how late he's going and shopping. 19:21 hours, 20 hours, 20:43 hours. So him being in that area like later on, according to his receipts, was normal. What time did he go to Walmart? Look, he went to Walmart at 22:37. So yeah, he goes shopping late. Oh, here's that thing that we couldn't figure out. What is this for? Mile number, what? And then it says budget and then a booking number. Is this the hotel he was staying at with his dad? Okay, remember earlier whenever I said this is like the bear spray? It was in the top of the closet. That's it right here. Now, again, Ann Taylor mentioned this stuff from his Amazon purchases because they didn't want to include everything. They only wanted to include the one purchase, the one like Amazon order. And she was like, but you're not getting a context for everything, because if you put everything, you're going to see that he buys this kind of stuff, like camping stuff, hiking stuff, stuff like that. And it has a theme to it. It's not an out of the ordinary situation. And that's what we see here. We see the spray. There's the vacuum that Nancy Disgrace swears did not exist and only had this piece. She literally thought just this piece right here was in the closet by its little old self. That's how she's been going around running her mouth about a bunch of crazy shit. And honestly, probably because somebody thought they were doing her a favor and showed her this picture and didn't show her this picture. That's probably what happened. But look, there's like dust in there. He'd been cleaning. He vacuumed right before he left, it looks like. And like the mop, the broom isn't very used compared to mine, but it's used. You can tell he's used it. I mean, look, there's dust and stuff on it. This is fringed up. He's used this damn broom. It's funny, like the couple of things I listened to in the video where somebody got some stuff crazy and they're like, oh, this house is so staged. Everything was just bought and never used. What do you freaking call that? A used broom. I would call that a used broom. See, now they're taking more pictures where everything is just like moved around again. Oh, is that the fire stick thingy? So yeah, he must have just kept the box just to keep the box. They're not going to show us what's in the envelope. This looks to be charger for that, whatever that is. Is that a charger for that? Okay, back to the microwave. It's not plugged in, which makes sense because he was going to be out of town. There's a little bit of food debris in here. That actually in the back looks like rust. So is this a speck of something that they thought it looks like dirt? It looks like it's 3D, not just like down there like that. Yeah, see, he was not leaving this damn computer here. I don't give a shit. And this dust right here doesn't bother me at all because it's here that you're touching stuff, right? Like on the itself. Hello. But the desk, it's like the desk is going to be dusty. There's dust imprints around everything that I have on here. I have a pile of stuff right here. There's dust that goes around it. If I lift that up, it's going to have an imprint in a rectangle. If I pick up my keyboard, it's going to have dust all back here. The stand, like this thing right here that my monitor is on, is full of dust. And then you move stuff and you've got impressions like this. This looks normal to me. Like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, but no, this is normal. If you have a computer set up like this and you're constantly on it, look, if I turn my monitor off right now and wiped my hand across it, Yes, dust everywhere. I think this one right here is the possible animal hair. Because remember how they said there was animal hair on the mouse pad? This long-ass thing is a mouse pad. And there's like a little bitty thingy right there. But there's another spot too that they take a picture of on the bottom of it. See, all this just looks like maybe the paint is coming off from it. I don't know what this circle thing is on top of that. Is that one of those like smell good things that you throw underneath your car seat? See, I don't know why. Okay, I guess this is a hair. I was like, this is just a smudge. It doesn't even look like blood, but you can tell there's like a little bitty hair. Can y'all see that? Right here. Little bitty hair. You can see it better right here. Little bitty hair. See the hard stains from the hard water? Even down in here. Hard water stains. Now, did they turn it on? Or was it drippy? Because there's like water in here like that. I mean, it just looks old. They must have turned the water on. They had to have, or it's got a leak. One of the two. Yeah, see how like the dust is in a circle pattern? So freaking normal. He used the shit out this mouse pad. Like, I wonder if he had it flipped. Like if he turned it over, because there's a bunch of streaks on this side that if you flip it over and you're using the mouse pad like this, like that would be that way. I wonder if he flipped it over. See, like right here, there's like a little hair. You can like barely see it. But we also need to remember that everything that came out of his apartment, there was no attachment, no connection to the victims, not even the dog hair they tried to pretend was Murphy's. It wasn't. They even specifically had like a document that stated that they like did a visual comparison and like a microscope, and it wasn't the same. So now they've taken that off there. There's a hair on his pillow, which is, it's the exact same circular pattern as the shower hair. And Kohberger's hair's got a curl to it. None of the victims had curly hair. Ethan's might have been like a little wavy to a certain point, but everyone else's hair was straight. And when it comes to dark hair, Xana's hair was straight. So it's like, I don't know why they're being crazy. So here's the blood. These little bitty dots right here are 2 of the 3 of the sample things that John Daniels misplaced for 10 days and didn't tell Ann Taylor shit about until she showed up 10 days later. This stuff right here. So as we scroll, you're going to see that they took little clippings. And see the positioning? Like, it's either like a nosebleed or he cut himself shaving. It's at the edge of your pillow. Little bitty pieces. Little bitty spots. And see how they cut it? That's why it's so hard to know. Because the way that his blanket looks, the way that his sheet looks, let me see if it shows it on the edge of it. Well, it's going to be hard to find. Anyway, whenever, I know that some of y'all can't access these, so I'll put them on a Google Drive today and post the link. But if you look at the way that his bed is, like in the other photos, it almost looks like the foot of the bed, like the sheet's been like pulled and it's out longer. So I wonder if that's because they pulled off his blanket actually. But I guess not, because we haven't seen a picture of it. It's just interesting the way that the sheet looks like it's been pulled off on that one side, like something drug it. And then this is the cover. And this is like the one spot right here that they looked at. It's all blurry. Yeah, right here. And see, now they pulled it out from the bed, from the wall. That is a heavily used mouse pad. Yeah, this was on like recently before he took off, because if he wasn't, then you wouldn't see these circular patterns of the fans like having been moving around. See how this one looks right here? Those are the same thing that's on this side. If these hadn't been on and in circulation, then the entire thing would be covered the same way. It wouldn't have those circular patterns. Like Slade tries his damnedest, bro, to like keep his clean, and it just can't. He can't get all the dust out. Yeah, this looks like normal. I walk into my son's room and see this kind of stuff all the time. Is this like a whole redacted photo? It's got a white border. They redacted this whole picture? Ooh, what is you? Now I want to know. Okay, so now they've moved his rug, folded it in half, moved it completely in a different way, took the dustpan off of this, took that off of that, and now are taking a picture of it like this. There was nothing found inside of his broom either. I mean, inside of his vacuum either. Put your flash on, bro. You know, there's like little bitty pieces of stuff stuck in there. You can tell that it's been used as the bristles look like a toothbrush does. How it's time to like replace your toothbrush because they've all been splayed out everywhere. That's what it looked like. Why do they need to turn the soap around? They moved his drain thing too. Dish drain thing. God, that flash is bright against that white. Hold on.
Come here.
Okay. So this was under the fridge. These dots right here under the fridge. Is it like grease stains under the fridge? See the dirty underneath the microwave? See, they moved some stuff right here a little bit. Behind the stove. The grease thingy. This is like ridiculously clean up here. That's crazy. I mean, good on him. Good on him. Yeah, this is that light fixture thing that was cracked. So here we have his office. This has his name on it, and I guess somebody else's name is up there. Room 12 or office 12. There's googly eyes on the lock. Look at that. That's funny. He shared this with a couple different people. Says hello. See, here's that ally sticker that he didn't want on his door. That he said, no, I don't want that over here. Somebody put it on that one instead. This one just has the sticker. And then I guess somebody's name's right here and it's redacted. Yeah, here's the full door. So I guess it's like the other opening of his office area. This is it right here. 3 desks, 4 desks. 2 additional chairs. Some weird ass cabinets, but I guess they're for books. That's why they got the ends on them. Such like old school looking stuff. Brian's name right here. I thought they said that like the boards were completely cleaned off. I don't remember them claiming there was anything on here. So I don't know what language this is. There was foreign students that he talked to. Whoever it is came in here and wrote his name in their foreign language. Wrote Leon Na Young right here. Yeah, somebody just was like, okay, well, this is how I spell your name in my language. I don't know what this is. Anybody know what language this is? I don't know why they blocked this out right here because we just saw it on this side. It said something like, yeah, see? Like this says army in another language. It does kind of look Korean, huh? But then over here, they blocked it out. Like, why did you do that? We can see it here. Why would you do that? So these are just like other people's names. Like here's his name, Bryan Kohberger, Leon, Na Young. There's some other stuff written on the other side. It does look Korean. I'm not good at foreign languages, so I don't know. I could have sworn these idiots said that there was nothing else in there. Maybe they just couldn't find anything that like personally belonged to him. Take it what? What the frick does that say? Take it something. I can't read that. It's too light. It's too late. Woo! I'm yawning a lot, guys. I can't help it. Ugh, something spilled on that chair. Which one was his, I wonder? But they said that, like, there wasn't anything on his desk, so I guess it could have been one of those other ones. I can't tell what any of this is. Starbucks cups. They must have had a Starbucks like in the school. Which would probably be the coffee that, you know, how dare he go get coffee so much. Oh, here's like another chair. Take it easy, don't give up. Let's go. What is this blocked for? It's not blocked on the other ones. Y'all like real weird about the way y'all block shit. This literally says that the guy Leon's name and Na Young, and then it has like the different language. So if you're not going to block it on the other one, why the frick are you blocking it on this one? Like, we're not done. We can easily go and see what the hell it is. Pirate sticker. NY would be Na Young. I wonder if that's like the actual real name of that chick that like liked him and he didn't want to be with. Because that's probably her coffee. And now they're blocking out Bryan's name stuff too. Y'all are wild as hell. Can't make up y'all's minds? Can't make up y'all's minds what y'all want to do? That handwriting almost makes me wonder if that's him. Right here. Maybe not, though. This all looks like so old school. So old school. Gender, nature, and nurture. Walls of Secrecy. Stories of Prison Life, 1971-1981 by Kelly Messinger. I've heard that name. Okay, so then the desk by the door is his? Is that what it's saying? Is this like a rubric for the, I mean like a legend for the room? Door, Bryan. So I'm guessing that first one is his. See all the Starbucks? All the Starbucks. Essential Supreme Court decisions. Department of what now? Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology. It doesn't have a name on it though. See, and then we get here. So let me go back up and see if I can tell like which door desk they're talking about. Because it wouldn't be this one. That's the opposite. So I guess this is Bryan's desk then. So it's odd for them to try to say that like there's nothing here, nothing of evidentiary value. And I'm going to pull up that same drop that I gave y'all a link to earlier. Why do you do this? Why do you not open up to the freaking page as you know damn well that I was on before I closed it off? Why do you do this to me? Why? Why and why and why? Because now we have to go back down to where the supplement is. Okay, so on the 10th, see, okay, so those pictures would have been taken on the 10th of his office. And the 10th is also whenever Ann Taylor shows up to meet up with her. So they have to go into his apartment to get the WSU office keys that were sitting on the TV stand. So when we were going through the pictures on the TV stand on that first shelf in that like side corner is where the keys were sitting. And see right here how she conveniently forgot to include the 3 samples taken from the apartment. Or let's just not forget that. Let's not forget that at all. Okay, let's see. Okay, later in the day, I took the 2 keys to the criminal justice department and turned them over. Okay, but where's where you go inside? No, I want the one where y'all talk about going into the office. Where the hell is it? When the team from Idaho arrived for the office space, I let them into Wilson Short Hall, where they would stay to watch the room. The 2 who I let into the hallway near the office were Detective Snell and Detective Lehman of Idaho State Police. They advised the team was already set up near the apartment to watch the residents. Okay, that's not what I want. So they already had the keys then. So they just needed to get his spare key, I guess. Okay, here we go. After a short break at the station, we proceeded to Wilson Short Room 12. I knocked and announced outside the door. You good? several times. I then keyed into the room and made sure that there was no one inside. The warrant was read and it was documented. The room appeared to be fairly empty, except for items on one desk, which was labeled as belonging to one of the office mates. Okay, so it does talk about the whiteboard. Okay. The desk designated as Kohberger's by a drawing of the room on the whiteboard above the desk was empty. When we were finished documenting the room, I secured the door. Okay, so that was it. Okay. So this is his desk right here. And they actually didn't say anything about the whiteboard being cleaned off. Where the frick did my brain get that then from? Okay. So yeah, that would be his desk right there by the door. So everything else they found in here was belonging to everyone else. So this is where we only have 9 pictures left. We're on 690. And see how it just goes to this. And before we switched, I think it was the same thing. Let me see. It was like the vehicles, and then it went to his apartment, right? Or was it the inside? No, it was Xana's car. And then I think the Jeep. Yeah. So they like, see how they just like put it in between? They're so disorganized. So freaking disorganized. There's no reason for there to be such a big difference in the way that these are put together. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what date these were taken, but it's snowing on these days. And that's another thing, like no dates. No dates on anything. Like, why not? Why haven't y'all like become better at this by now? It's the Range Rover. I mean, I don't know why they were going back in and taking more photos of the inside of the vehicles the way that they were. Because nothing shows anything, and they did that already, like day of. They documented everything about the vehicles. So I don't know if they were like expecting something to be different or what was going on. Okay. Well, that's it for that. Let me look and see if there's anything on the website. No, it's just still the civil judgment that's on there. That seems to be it for those photos. There really wasn't a lot of anything. She's still over here sleeping. He's a bubbles. Yeah, it is. Not having any dates and seeing things being moved around as we're going through them. Because we don't know, are they moving stuff around the same date? Or are they moving stuff around later? Like, what are they doing? Nope. No kill kit. The backpacks were not anything important. They all belong to the girls. The one in the backpack was, the one in the backyard was a cooler. And the Walmart receipt with the Dickie tag was a beanie. Look at the camera, say hi. Hi. Yeah, the stuff for Scott Peterson's case is wild stuff too. I know there was a lot released for Chris Watts as well. So I'm guessing that there's going to be more to this because so far this is absolutely nothing. I'm not seeing anything at all. It doesn't look like anybody was trying to like, it just looks normal. It just looks so normal. Hello. It just looks normal. I'm hoping so. I want to see the actual interview. Like I don't really care to like see the video of it because I know that that's probably going to be something that's going to be a huge argument, but audios of things, I'd be okay with audios of things. There's a police recording of Jack Showalter on Outcast's channel. Could you stop cleaning your butt right here? Okay, now it's time for you to go clean your butt over there. Go over there. Clean your butt that way. Licking yourself on my desk, you nasty. We'll do that over there. Did she? That's funny. Yeah. And that's what I'm waiting on. That's why we're going through stuff that feels, oh, she's about to jump. All right, come on. That's why we're still going through stuff that still feels kind of redundant. Because I'm not seeing anything. What is a hypnotic chord? Like a music note? Like a music note, I guess? A hypnotic song? Hypnotic chords. Yeah, it's just music. I didn't see anything about that anywhere unless I missed it. You told she was going to jump. Yeah, that's really bothering me. And it's not just that they're not wanting to show proof of the sheath. It's that they're also lying about the timeline of the sheath. That's the problem that I have. Because everything says that Payne and Blaker got to the scene at 4 p.m. until we started going through the ISP reports. And then Talbot says that at 2:47, whenever he pulled up there, that Payne and Blaker were already there. And then they were saying like at 1 something that they were called to do interviews at MPD. So then we have Chief Fry saying that basically by the time that Barrett's calling him before 1 p.m. to tell him what's going on, that he's informed then and there that there's a sheath, and Barrett tells him that they have to keep it extremely quiet, that they can't say anything about it to like anyone. So why? Why lie about the timeline of the knife sheath and when it was found? Why make it seem as if you didn't find it until sometime after 4 p.m. whenever you found it before 1? Because it also gives a lot of misconception to how it was actually there. Was it actually under a comforter? Was it under a leg? Was it next to her leg? Like how was it actually laying there? I just don't understand why they can't be honest with us. I know that's the problem. But the sheath is like the big one, because if they didn't have what they found on the sheath, then we would be nowhere. They had nothing for him at all until the feds called them. And then they basically created everything out of everything else. It's just like the thing with the license plate. There was nothing about the car on the footage missing a license plate until they had Bryan Kohberger's information. And that's according to Payne himself in January for those closed transcripts. It had nothing to do with anything. Nothing about that part of the vehicle was in the living document. And then it's still so pathetic, because how many times have we gone back in and looked at the photos that they've given us? And you can see this like rectangular thing at the bottom of the vehicle, like where a freaking license plate would go. So that's why getting like the full footage is going to be good, because then we can screenshot it ourselves and like zoom in and see like, okay, do we still see this exact same rectangular imagery in the one that we get ourselves from the footage? Okay, you are just like taking a whole bath right now, bro. Can we do this later? Because you licking everywhere. It's weird. What is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with you? Yeah, they claimed a lot of things that weren't true. So he's either normal or I may be a killer. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Honestly. It's just wild. We just wanted to find out the truth. Just want the truth. It can't be that difficult for them to just give it to us. I don't see why it's taking so long. Yeah, I mean, like, we were all, I mean, I know I was. When they first announced that they arrested him, I was like, hell yeah. I can't believe they actually found this guy. Holy crap, all the way across the country in Pennsylvania. I can't wait. I cannot wait to read how they found this man. I was impressed. I had no reason to ask questions until the PCA came out. And timings didn't work right. And turns and times and streets and things, nothing added up. Then more information started coming out and stuff started adding up even less and less and less. This is just how it ended up. And it's insane because it shouldn't be like this. If anything, it should have been the opposite. We should have been like, how the hell, what is going on? And then whenever the PCA came out, magically all the answers were there. Everything should have made sense. Granted, not everything because it's just the PCA. And I know how that all works. But we shouldn't have had all of these questions. It should have been laid out in a way to where the public was like, holy shit. All right, guys, good job. No. Not even professionals that actually do work in the field are actually saying that about any of this. And again, the fact that Moscow was to sit there and take so much credit for stuff, and I'm like, y'all didn't do shit. If you want to take credit for something, then where's the people that you had as suspects? Where's the people that you had as leads? Like, where did all of your work actually go? Because your work didn't go anywhere. You had to go back in and find old things, change things, tweak things, and completely reverse engineer everything that you had to try to find something that fit your suspect. Not the other way around. You didn't have little clues that led you to the person. You had a person, and then you had to go find the clues. And then they don't even match. There's discrepancies in everything. Do I taste delicious or something? What are you doing? What are you doing? Belly. Belly. Okay. I think I'm going to get off of here. Have some more soil bags to rip open and put in the garden box. Hopefully this will be enough. The amount of soil that you have to buy for a garden box is disgusting. But it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it. I think so. Please don't step on my keyboard. That's why I keep holding her right here. I don't want her. Nope, that's my ring. Oh, she's about to start jumping everything everywhere. Oh, stepping on buttons. Okay, tell everybody bye. I'm about to put you down. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Okay. You're stepping on stuffs. I'll be back maybe tonight so we can go over some more of the ISP documents because there's a lot more stuff in there that we still haven't gone through. We got quite a few pages left. No, ma'am. Don't do it. I'm about to get up. You don't need to jump up here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. Thank you, Villains Cupcakes. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate that. Thanks for the $4.99, Kyle. The mouse pad is a Corsair pad. That's the design. It's not dirty. Oh, I don't think it's dirty. I think it's scratched up. The fans have white non-opaque blades, not dust. It's both. Because my son's blades are the exact same, and you can see the dust through the black thing. I'll take a picture of his computer later and post it in the community tab to show you what I'm talking about. But I didn't say that it was dirty. I said it was scratched up. Because you can take a pin. Just lift this up. Show you myself. See this? You can like mark on it. Well, this isn't sharp enough. We're just looking at it. Like as you're like moving it around, as you're moving stuff around on it. Can I get this off of here? Where's that? Like you can like, it makes markings. See? Like it makes markings. I didn't say that it was dirty. I didn't say that his pad was dirty. I said it was hella used. It's not dirty. There's a difference there. That's what I meant by that. And I saw the brand. It was listed on that. It just looks like it's been constantly tractioned on. That's what I meant. 6 months, Jeannie Veal. Thank you for being in here. Thanks for the 5, Christian. Of all the things that look suspicious, the sour drain was remarkably clean. I don't know. Maybe. I know that our drains have a lot of hair in them because I have long hair. My daughter, when she lived here, her hair was always in the drains. But the shower, when my boys take showers, there's never anything in there because they don't have hair like that. So I don't know if that's just because he doesn't have hair. that gets in there and gets stuck. Maybe he like puts cleaners in there. I don't know. I know that it did look like it didn't have like any of the there's like a residual that's sort of like sticks around in drains and pipes and stuff and certain things. I didn't really notice that, but he could have just like thrown cleaner and stuff down there, I guess. I know a lot of people do like put Drano and stuff constantly, or CLR because of all the hard water. Maybe. It's pretty rusty. Well, thank you for loving the cat. Crazy cat. Thanks for the $2. That'll go to her snack fund too. The 2 dogs are just over here sleeping on my bed, taking out the whole damn thing. Taking up the whole thing. Don't do it. I know when she wants to jump because she looks at me crazy. Yeah. It's like from the water. We probably need one, right? Just don't do it. I just always end up cleaning it out. Well, that's the thing, though, Miss Riss. There is laws for that. I just don't know if it's in Idaho. But there are laws to where, like, if you are very aware that somebody needs help and you purposely choose not to, there's laws for that. It's there's laws for like impeding 911 contact or impeding emergency contact, and then there's laws for that too. I just don't know in Idaho. You would think that there would be in Idaho, especially for this situation, but apparently not. Your cat doesn't like you at all, but loves your son. That's so funny. It wasn't Payne. It was Pullman. Payne ended up being sent the information, and then I think he came in and picked up something that was marked as evidence for something, but I don't know if it was that. But it wasn't Payne. It was Pullman that went to those apartments and got the information, and then they contacted him about it. That right there. Yeah. That right there. No, yeah, like across the board. Yeah. No, there's some laws, like, I know that people are like, oh, the states should be able to make up their own decisions and stuff like that, but it's so freaking dumb and ignorant that there are different rules for different criminal things, different things that are not so bad here or hella bad here, or, you know, you murder someone here and you get to just go free, no bail, no monitoring, you just come back to court whenever we tell you, but you murder somebody over here, we're not giving you any bail, your ass ain't going anywhere. It should be the same across the board. And when it comes to failing to render aid, not notifying 911, all of those kinds of charges should be the same across the board. The fact that they're not is the reason why there's so much stupidity and the reason why laws are always changing and all this crazy shit. It's all a scam, in my opinion. There's no reason for it. It should all be the same across the board. It's so stupid. Thanks for the 149, Tashia. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. They must have forgotten that then. Let's see. Failure to notify law in Idaho. The statute imposes a duty on persons who find or have custody of a body to promptly notify authorities. Well, that's just in death. So is she, I guess she can get away with saying, I didn't know that Xana was dead when I saw her. It also prescribes a punishment for failure to comply with that duty, including felony punishment for failing to notify with intent to prevent discovery of the manner of death. You did it anyway. So yeah, there is. I'll show y'all what this shows right here. So knowing that, how the hell is she getting away with this? That's wild. You just want to come up here and lick yourself, bro. Go lick yourself over there. I'm not your bathtub. Okay, let me see. Yeah. You listen as well as the children, Miss Ma'am. Yeah, see right here? See, this right here is why she should be in trouble. That's right. She should be in trouble. I don't know how she's gotten away with it. I just don't. No idea. She should be in trouble. Hey, bye-bye. She should be in a lot of trouble. You had to. Because it's not like all kinds of things happen to the body. There's just no way. Smart enough to call the cops. Yeah, no shit. The fact you even have to like ask an adult. So if I'm screaming and someone's chasing me around the house, are you going to go and run and hide in the basement and pretend that you don't know what's going on whenever the cops show up? Or are you going to do the right thing and call 911? It's a requirement. I need an answer to this question. Yeah, it's pathetic, honestly. It's so ridiculous. Thanks for the $3.99 super sticker, Geriatric. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. She tries to be. No, she is. She refuses to sleep on any of the awesome things that I've gotten her, or on the comfy ass bed with the dogs, or on the couch with the dogs, or anything. She wants to sleep in trash bags, in old discarded the water cases, right? Once all the waters are out and it's still on the ground, she gets in the hole, puts herself in it, and that's how she sleeps. She's just wild. Do you know I'm talking about you? Just go ahead. This is your bathtub, apparently. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here, go do some stuff outside. I'll be live probably later on tonight. If anything new drops, anything official drops, we'll go over that. But like I said, until we're done with all of the Idaho State Police document reads themselves, we're gonna continue those, and then we're gonna go back to the body cam and watch the body cam again, and then the 11-12 stuff. Okay, the 11-12 stuff. I finally got a response from Moscow, but I'm calling their asses on Tuesday because I'm confused. Not confused about what the email says. So I requested like everything across the board, the same way that I've done with the Idaho State Police and everything else. They know what I'm asking for. It's been in there for a long time. The 11-12 stuff I requested way after that original FOIA. Never got a response to that original FOIA. Then I got a response about the 11-12 footage, and it's only about the 11-12 footage. And instead of just telling me like how much it's actually going to cost, it's like it's $30 for a duplication fee. You press copy and you press paste. What the frack is that $30 for? And then an extra, like, is it $20? It's either an extra $5 for every additional. Well, you know what? I'm not going to pretend like I remember. Let me go ahead and just pull up the damn email. What are you doing, God? Okay. The city charges a $30 duplication fee per resolution for any data request of 20 gigabytes or less, with an additional $5 for each additional 20 gigabytes. If you choose to move forward with this request, we are requiring full payment of the duplication cost for the requested records in the amount of $30. You may contact blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if this is going to be like more than $30 because it's more than 20 gigabytes, or if it's just going to be $30, but it's just for the 11-12 footage. And if you know that that's specifically what you're responding to me about, then why can't you just give me the actual price, not the if there's more, then this is the cost. So I'm going to call them. Because I've also requested the camera in the report that Payne wrote down where Molly is like pulling into King Road. That's the one that I want, honestly, more than the 11-12, because there's no way that damn camera is not facing the house. So I'll probably go ahead and get 11-12. $30 is really nothing. But I want the other one more than life itself at this moment. I want that other camera. Because there's no way that you're going to tell me that you've got her pulling into that parking lot, his car pulling in right behind it, but yet you had to use Ridge Road to tell me what kind of car this was. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I want to see it. So I'm going to call them on Tuesday and ask, like, what's going on with the FOIAs? And I'm going to give them the dates of everything that I filed and what they're responding to and how there's people. Like, I don't know if Christy Nevada lives in Idaho or if this other person on Twitter live in Idaho, but they've both recently gotten like more photos from Moscow. The girl that I saw them, or actually, okay, I take that back. I don't know if this is a chick or a dude. The person on Twitter that posted them in a Google Drive. There's really nothing in it, just like there's really nothing in here. I guess we can go through them. I'll show y'all when we do on a live, like what account on Twitter, like posted them for everyone to see. But they got those, and then freaking Gray Pubes got the freaking 11-12 footage. So he doesn't live in Idaho, does he? Does he live in Idaho? I don't think he lives in Idaho. So I don't I don't know like what the selectivity is here. And then on top of that, it tells me that after I pay that money, it's still going to be like a good 30 to 35 days before I even get what I paid for. If you know what I'm asking for, and I know how simple that it is because you've already got it in process and labeled and redacted and all the things, the frick I got to wait a month for. Make it make sense. Dumb. 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 So I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them and I'm going to ask them all the questions because you've ignored the first FOIA. Now you're responding to the second FOIA. And what I really care about is the third one. So I need to know what I really need to be like paying for. Because something else that I really didn't want to do off the bat was like just start paying for shit because they are releasing stuff. And I don't want to end up having to pay for something that at the end of the day, they're going to put on a freaking public link somewhere. You know what I mean? So I also kind of wanted to like wait a little while to see what they were going to release. She's got her cat hair like all over my face. I wanted to wait to see what they were going to release. But something tells me that they're never ever going to release that footage of Molly. That's the one I want more than anything. So yeah, I think I'm going to call them on Tuesday. If it wasn't like a holiday weekend, I would do it Monday, but I'm going to have to call them on Tuesday. For shizzle. Oh, 7 months, Truth Seeker. I didn't see this one. No problem. Thank you for being here to watch everything. I think I missed something else. What's Idaho's law on conspiring to lie to 911? You would think that lying to a police officer would be like an offense, right? Thank you for the $2. Because that's what she does. Dylan specifically lied to that police officer saying that she was asleep until they made the phone call, which is why I wanted to go over it again and have that piece of paper, you know, the one with all the timestamps on it that prove that that's a freaking lie. Because why are you not getting in trouble for lying to the police officer? Isn't that technically like impeding an investigation by telling a lie? You being awake the entire time is a big, big detail. I swear, I don't really understand how they get away with all of it. I just honestly don't. No way. I must not have. I don't remember that. But honestly, now that we've like seen all of the truth stuff so far, I can't say all of it, but some of the truth stuff so far, I want to go back and like listen to the interviews of the friends and like see what everyone said. Because that will also tell you like how far the lie went. Like how many people did Dylan lie to? Because it had to have been like everyone, right? Because everyone's just like, oh, poor Dylan. She had to have lied to everybody. That's why I'm asking now, Emily, how do you feel, Emily, knowing that your friend that you've stood up there and read her little paper about and have taken up for her since day freaking one, how do you feel knowing that she lied to your face? And has continued to lie to your face for almost 3 years. She even conned you into taking her place at the sentencing because she's not a grown-ass adult. She's a stupid, immature little child in the brain. How do you feel, Emily, being lied to? Being called over under false pretenses? Where's that reaction? That's what I want. I want Emily's reaction. The truth. Not the save face because you've got to be the good friend on camera. How do you really feel about being used and lied to, Emily? We'll never get that answer. We'll never get that answer. But I know damn well that she thinks about it every damn day now that this information's come out. And if she's not paying attention, then maybe she deserves to be lied to. I'd be damn. I'd be damn. So stupid. That's what I feel like. She did what she always does. She's notorious. Dylan is notorious for calling about nothing. But then some crazy, actually crazy shit happens that you are not just dealing with yourself. The other person in the house that's still alive is telling you that they heard these things and saw this light and they're freaking out too and you're freaking out too. And now all of a sudden you're just not crying wolf for the first time ever. I don't believe you. I think that you called them to come over and be the ones to uncover the scene so that all of the responsibility was off of you. That's what I think freaking happened. That's what I think happened. Yep, that part. That's it right there. That's exactly how I've felt about it. And everything that's come out this year, but especially over the past few months, has just concreted that for me. Damn straight. Damn straight. Insane stuff. All right, you guys. I'm going to do some garden stuff for now. I'll be back in a little while, probably like 8 something maybe. It's Saturday, so maybe like 8 something. Thank you so much for being in here. I know that a lot of y'all are watching football today, but y'all still managed to be in here and be in the chat and go back and forth. Y'all are great multitaskers. Great multitaskers. I'll be back in a little while. Y'all have a great Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, the members that were here, the subs that were here, the super chats, the super stickers, people that became members all on their own. I appreciate every single one of you and all of the support that y'all show the channel, because at the end of the day, the truth is the only thing that matters here. And that's the only reason why we're going through all this stuff. Even if it feels redundant, even if it doesn't have anything at the end that has anything to do with anything, we have to go over every single detail because we're trying to find the one thing that makes anything make sense. And it makes me sick that we're at this point and we're still not finding actual answers. It's actually insane. Actually insane. Thank you for the gifted membership, Bri. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. Let me throw my little banner thingy, my bobber up here. Not my banner, but my little closer thing. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.